Cyberpunk Uncensored.
Hey, we are officially live. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Hey, so hopefully everybody can hear us.
Hey all.
Yeah, everybody in chat, make sure you let us know that you can hear us just fine. You see everything. Nobody's frozen
Hello.
or muted. We always like to
That's
get the feedback there at the beginning. Make sure we get all the glitches out so we can move forward. All right, cool. They said they can hear us. Yeah, this is our monthly ongoing of Team Ghost. We had our session 0, which you can check out on the Cyberpunk Uncensored YouTube. Everyone after this stream, make sure you stick around for Capricious Nature, and then after that, go check out our session 0 to learn about these characters. But yeah, we're going to do this live gameplay, session 1, and then when we're done, GM Capricious Nature is starting up his Cyberpunk Uncensored Goes Nomad campaign. There's session 1. So lots of gameplay right here. Everybody tuning in, you can absolutely hang out, watch our gameplay, and then stick around for Capricious Nature. Before we get into the session today, let's just go around the table real quick and everybody introduce yourself, let people know where they can find you online, and introduce your character. Just let them know who you're playing. Steve, you want to start it off?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Steve, and I'm from Sirenscape. So we're the app that makes all the cool sounds for role-playing games, like obviously Cyberpunk, but Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, and Starfinder. So you can find me at anything that really is Sirenscape. I'm all over the place. And I'm returning as Bodak, which is the character that I used to play in Rob's monthly one-shots. So it's kind of cool to get Bodak coming back and playing it in an ongoing game.
Oh, yeah. Sean?
So I am Sean. I am 1/4 of Baby Beard Media, a group of Australians who run Roll to Cast, ROLE, which is our tabletop role-playing podcast. And today I'll be playing the media known as Scoop Gently.
Nice. Roten?
I like that name. It's ridiculous.
I'm Roten, also known as Renegade 420. Part of Cyberpunk Uncensored for quite a while now, and I'll be playing Gato, the friend of Pixie Dust and Bodak, who had been working together for a while now, who is an uprising fixer, and who is by now, who by now has quite a grudge against a certain leader of the Triads, and he wants to bring him down.
That's true. Greg?
I'm Greg. You can find me at How to Drink. I'm also at twitch.tv/How to Drink, or HTD, Greg from HTD. That's what I am over there. You know, you can't always get the same handle every place, and so I have a bunch, and that's a problem for me because my short-term memory isn't so great. But I'm Greg. I'm playing Dust Monday. He's a Ripper Doc, grew up in and around Night City, he's a real hardcore idealist. I wanted to make somebody with no real. If he has an ulterior motive that would be unexpected, it's that he just wants to help people. So he's a doctor. He's a doctor, and he likes to party. That's about all. That's it. That's what you need to know about.
Tarabella?
I'm Tarabella Pondsmith, playing the solo Pixie Dust. You can find me usually around Facebook.
Nice. And I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the GM here. I'm also the founder of Cyberpunk Uncensored. Everyone check out cyberpunkuncensored.com. Make sure you subscribe, follow on both YouTube and Twitch. I would love the support. Also check out all the free assets we have there. All the cool GMs that we support that stream with us. Like I mentioned earlier, GM Capricious Nature starting his session 1 right after our session right here. So lots of cool stuff to tune into. So check us out. I also want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters that opted in for the shout out during the streams. I really appreciate the support. It keeps me going here. William Huddleston, Naomi Madlass, Anino Gaming, Leaded Coffee, Michael Edmonds, who's also Kira in Panda Games, Chris Anderson, Dolan Pondsmith, who's also a Pondsmith, an artist. You can check her out on the Discord, Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord, has her own channel there. Steve Barr of Sirenscape right here, who's Sirenscape's also an official sponsor of Cyberpunk Uncensored, so everybody check out Sirenscape. Matt James is also GM Reservoir Panda, streams with us like twice a week. He's getting back into it starting next week. I believe he had to get a new internet connection thing hooked up. Revolver Gray, Samurai Mac, Jorge, Capricious Nature, Zach, who's going to be streaming right after us, Rothan, who's with us right here, and Kevin Moreno. So shout out to all you guys and ladies. I really appreciate the support. Like I said, you're fuel on my fire. You keep me streaming and making series and videos and all kinds of shit. You're basically keeping my mouth running, and I appreciate that. So, all right, cool. Let's get into the gameplay. I'm going to start up Sirenscape here, just with some basic city sounds. You guys are just hanging out. Where is everybody staying? Because I do know that we covered in session 0 how everyone kind of knows each other, and how you guys are trying to basically start up a sort of mobile Ripper Doc service or something to that effect and help people around the city. That's how you kind of hooked up with Dust. And we don't need to dive into sessions, or everyone check that out to get all the details of how all the players' characters work and stuff. But I know Gato, Bodak, Pixie, you all were staying in the RV in a combat zone just down some alley, kind of laying low for the past months. Scoop came back into town. He's been staying with you too, so you all are together. But where does Dust typically stay right now?
Dust kind of lives out of a backpack. I kind of built him around the idea that he was highly mobile, but I did pay for 1 month of staying in a cargo box, a shipping container, essentially. So I think that he probably lives out of a shipping container for the moment, and may not re-up on that. He might feel like it's a big waste of money. He might just get back to finding a culvert somewhere to curl up in.
Okay. Yeah, then what we'll do is we'll say, you're staying there, but the fact you all are trying to start up this sort of endeavor together, you got up nice and early, got your shit together, and hit the streets like you normally do, and maybe made your way over to the guys in the RV, kind of, so you all could be hanging out now, maybe having your morning sort of rituals together, your breakfast, your coffee, just a little bit of chit chat. Maybe talking about, starting the new business and what needs to be done. One particular little bit of news is in the city lately, medical supplies have been kind of low, kind of scarce. I mean, supply chains are already kind of scarce. It's already difficult. But at a time of you starting up the business and trying to get this going, it's bad timing. So Gato has had a hard time sourcing a lot of just generic supplies that you might need. So that's been a bit rough. But yeah, you all get together. It's morning. You're hanging out. Why don't you kick off the conversation about starting up the business and supplies being low and such?
I know it's been a tough minute since I've been in Night City, but what, you always been low on supplies? What's been going on here?
Not enough jobs, that's what. Gotta stop hanging so low. If we want to get any good jobs, we need to come out of the shadows a bit more.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take a big sip on his synth-calf. Gato, what about your friends? Sisters of Angels of Mercy, were they?
Sisters of the Coast?
Yeah, them.
I hit them up. I hope they call me back soon. Hope we'll get some supplies for our clinic. Also hope to find a place where we can set up and have like storage and perhaps some facilities if we need more than just the RV or a place on the street to have surgery or something.
Still think setting up a place is dangerous. We're better on the road.
It is.
I like that.
It is, but we can still help people better. And we do have to get out of the shadow a little bit more, as Pixie said. We need to do jobs. Things have to be paid.
Yeah, it sucks. But you're not wrong. Or we could, there's a lot of corporate hospitals for.
You mean we could go shopping our way?
Stealing, yes, I like stealing. Expropriating, liberating. Yes,
That's what I meant.
That is a great plan. That is what I'm about.
Well,
I think that
Well,
we
no
can.
reason to dance around it.
Okay.
Yeah, they just. Who do we hate? Just steal from them. That's fine.
Okay. Do the Triads have
I mean,
any?
we know who we hate.
Do the Triads have any clinics or something like that?
No, that's
Just straight to the triads,
yeah.
right?
So it's so funny. Gato's always got triads on the mind.
Yeah.
No, that's the one business Lingpo does not have his greedy hands in. We'll say. It's not
What,
gonna.
I'm sorry, out of character. What do I have? Like, what is the status that would be common knowledge about the triads and their grip on the neighborhood that we're in, and
Well, all you
as far
know.
as I am in this hood?
Yeah, no, you're fine in this hood because right now I think we said everybody is staying off in the old combat zone or South Night City, just kind of laying low.
Okay.
Typically, they hang out in was it Old Japantown, Gato?
Old Japantown and
Typically, but
and Chinatown.
yeah, but the triads, you know, they're Lingpo's people. What you know about that, Dust, is just slightly what we went over in session 0. That your new friends here, who you're teaming up with, who you typically get supplies from, they had a big issue with Lingpo and the triads, and they took out Gato's mentor. So you know that obviously they don't get along, but you don't have any issues with them. You've never had a.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know that I hate the triads.
No, you
they
don't.
might be. A lot of gangs do very well by their local populace, so they might be my pals.
Probably
But,
some of your best customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But
They
it's
might also, you know, they might be putting turkeys in people's kitchens. That's how they stay out of the eyes of the law.
Yeah. You about that time though, Dust, your agent goes off and you're getting a call from Nightingale. Nightingale's a fellow med tech. You work with her when you work on the side, like you know you do your own thing, but you have put in time at St. Mary's, which is a sort of church clinic in South Night City, where you'll kind of put in time, maybe make a little side cash, but not a lot. It's more donating. It's
Yep.
kind of fits in with your morals and what you do, but she's also a worker there, a med tech and edge runner. She helps run security there and does med tech stuff, but she's giving you a call.
I answer. What's up?
She says, hey, it's Nightingale. What's up? You ever get that Ripper Doc team going or whatever you said you were working on? You were putting together a team or something?
I think so. I'm looking at. He's kind of like slide out of the room slightly for people who claimed. Yeah, that's the idea here. I just don't. You know, we'll see.
Okay.
What's up?
Well, you still working with Gato? Is he?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And what about his supply chain? Is he still running low on medical supplies?
We are low. We are in. We're yeah. We you know, we're out. We're low. What's up?
Okay. Well, yeah. No.
I mean,
well,
we're the bad way.
yeah. No, we're all
What's
hit
up?
like that. You know the church has been like that too for the past weeks. So we're scratching
Yeah.
by, but I do have a possible lead on some medical supplies. I need help from somebody I can trust. Obviously, you know we work together and shit. So I figured I'd hit you up. Plus, I figured if you're working with Gato and your new team, he'd probably be interested in some medical supplies too. But we have to act fast. So if you can, just come on into St. Mary's. I'm in here working. I'm in here now, so just come on in.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a great plan. We were about to throw darts at a corporate map and just pick a target, but that's a much better, safer strategy.
I think I got your target for you.
Okay. All right. You wanted me to just put you on the phone with Gato? I just like kind of lean back in and hold my phone, my agent out. Sounds like I put her on speaker. Hey, Gato, do you know Nightingale?
Not that
Yeah, and Gato, yeah, Nightingale, you sell her supplies. Her and Father John, who works at the clinic, who runs it, them too. You sold them supplies in the past, and kind of help out their clinic often. I'm just another client, you know.
Hey. Well, hi. How you doing?
No, I'm good. I haven't talked to you in a while. I know things have been low with you, but yeah, I was just telling Dust if you guys can get in here right away. I got possible lead on some stuff I could use some help with, and we could all end up with some supplies possibly. But you guys need to come in here like as fast as possible.
Okay. Where do we have to go? Just to come. Just send us the address, and we'll be on our way.
Yeah,
Got it.
perfect. Yeah, I'm at St. Mary's.
Okay.
All right,
See you in. I look at Pixie. How long do we need?
I say, grabbing my coffee, which is just finished brewing, about 10 seconds, and we can head out. And then I start adding hot sauce to my coffee.
Okay. And I'm passing Pixie actually a package of her favorite stuff, synth coke.
Yeah, man.
I don't know whether she took hers already, so we need to be sure that she doesn't have anything because of not using it.
Caffeine and synth coat, the breakfast of champions.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be there, and I try to estimate the time we'll need until that time.
Yeah, you guys are staying in South Night City. Dust knows where it's at too. You guys really aren't that far. It'll probably only take you about 10, 15 minutes to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until that, we'll be
there.
10 minutes.
We'll be there. I hang up. I want to know very quickly. Should I roll human perception? I want to know is from what I just saw, does Pixie look like she's in a sharing way, or does she need this synth coke? This is her synth coke.
Yeah, give me your human perception. On that character sheet, just click that.
I'm looking for where on the on Roll20. Where's the quick way to get to it? I just got to go into abilities and attributes.
Yeah, exactly. If you go over to, let me see. I don't know what it's called. It might be skills.
You go in character sheets, and then you go in skills.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go to character. Oh! I was
skills.
I was looking at the back end. That was the hard way. Yeah, human perception. Social skills. Sorry, I'm the worst player. I will roll that now for you. I believe I just did. I don't know. Did it roll?
Nice.
Did it not roll?
Yep. You got a 20. That's great.
I don't know why I can't see the roll log.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, there it is.
Not hard for you to pick up that Pixie does this out of both pleasure and need. She's addicted. You can see the clear signs of that she needs it.
Yep.
But she still loves it. You can tell she gets excited about it. So.
I'm not asking to share though. That's fine.
I think like Scoop watches this interaction between Gato and Pixie. He just kind of mutters to himself like, man, it's been 20 years and Night City's still the fucking same, isn't it?
Yeah, and before everybody kind of straps in and rides off to St. Mary's, everybody kind of fixes themselves. Why don't we just go around the table and just quickly describe what your character looks like today, what they're wearing, and what everybody's looking at. Scoop.
Yeah, so I think as we were gathered around in the morning, just kind of settling in, Scoop's just once again very bland, very simple. He just had a unironed, ruffled red shirt, much like the one I'm wearing now, and black pants. And then when he started hearing that they're geared up and ready to go with a gig, apparently, because Night City works quick, chucks on his gloves, throws on a brown coat, and just does some measure of ruffling his hair, and apparently that's enough to be good to go for a day in Night City.
Oh, yeah. What about Pixie?
She's got some, torn up, jeggings. Obviously, second hand-me-down kind of vibe going with them. There's some blood on them. And a loose-fitting t-shirt. Very simple. Her hair is down. Obviously, not quite ready for business yet.
Dust?
Yeah, Dust is wearing a pair of really just filthy, beat to shit, stonewashed denim that are shredded. Over the top of that, he has leather chaps. He's wearing a pair of engineer's boots. He's got a red bandana tied around the left one. He's wearing an absolutely ancient, decrepit, shredded to pieces L7 t-shirt that he found
Nice.
in some dumpster somewhere, with a mesh kind of shirt over the top of that and a brown leather jacket. His mohawk is dark, maybe natural. I don't know if it's dyed black. Let's just say that, but it's down. It's just over one side, and he's wearing mesh gloves, and he's got an inverted crucifix hanging from his left ear, silver.
Nice. Yeah, and thanks everybody for the follows in chat. I see all the follows popping up in notifications. Really appreciate that shit. Really appreciate the support. Gato, what are you looking like today?
Well, Gato, thanks to the tech hair, is perfectly styled. He's wearing old dark military trousers, combat boots, t-shirt, and his light armor jack, which he doesn't close. So many people start smiling and thinking that he doesn't know what he is doing, because what does it help if it's open? But he knows what he's doing, so he still keeps it that way.
Nice. Bodak.
Yeah, so Bodak, at the minute he's feeling safe because we're in the RV having breakfast. So he's just literally got his leather pants, black leather pants on, barefoot, not wearing his shirt. So he's clearly got the dragon tattoos on both his arms, or the light tattoos are kind of moving and swirling. And on his back, you can clearly see this kind of large, kind of like almost like a bugbear face that's grinning, and the eyes are moving in the light tattoo. He's obviously he's not wearing his customary tunic, so he's not got his hood on today. So his hair is kind of very short and closely cropped to his head. And he probably looks pretty tired and groggy because he's still on his first synth coke and he's not quite with it yet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I do want to say, you said you feel safe in the RV at the moment. Don't challenge me. I'm going to change that if you're saying don't ever tell the GM you feel safe.
He's always got his weapons within like a couple of feet of him, but
he's all right. Player Silver Tom. I did yeah.
Pixie is there, and she has a synth coke. So up until now, he's safe.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody gets a good idea of what everybody looks like, and you make your way through, out of this sort of alleyway in South Night City, just to, handful of miles deeper into South Night City, we'll say, just further into the combat zone area. A typical environment that you'd expect, just businesses trying to run in the mix of rundown buildings, people coming and going, traffic, just a big mix that you'd expect from the combat zone. But as you get closer, you come up to the block and you see St. Mary's coming up in the close distance. Like I said, it's a clinic. It's kind of considered neutral territory in the combat zone, while primarily it serves the residents of South Night City. Father John and Nightingale obviously don't turn away anyone who needs assistance, and they don't turn over patients to anyone as well. They take care of everyone. It's a smaller clinic in South Night City. Actually looks like a clinic with signage, even though it's technically a church. Think a patient first or an urgent care kind of. Father John is actually a Catholic priest as well as a med tech surgeon. So patients can expect light attempts at converting to Catholicism sometimes. But he's not pushy about it at all. In fact, he bends the rules a little. He knows that, what Night City and the time of Red is like, and he knows that, rules are meant to be broken sometimes in order to help people. So he's very similar to that edge runner lifestyle, even though, he is on the religious side of things and running this church and clinic. But the building itself, basically is thick concrete, minimum windows on the east side, has a street entrance, inner and outer doors, glass are all armored. There's a small reception desk and waiting area, a loading dock and sort of ambulance drive-up area on the south side, hidden from the street by a wall. Fuel tanks for the emergency generators. Also in the building is a small emergency room type area. On the south end, there's a few private recovery rooms, and there's cameras on all entrances that feed back to displays at the reception desk as well as into their system. And it's always typically manned. Usually there's always a reception girl. Father John is always there. Nightingale is typically there, if not her. Sometimes they'll have other security or edge runners clocking in, but she's full-time. Dust, you've put in time here every once in a while to help out, maybe make a little side cash when you have time. But that's what you see. You get up there, and it looks busy. What were you going to say?
What I wanted to ask you before we got here.
Oh, yeah, sure.
How much do I trust Nightingale at this point? Because someone calls me out of the blue and says, hey, I got what you need. Get here real quick without any preparation. Sounds like a trap.
No, you've worked with, you've worked at this clinic for, we'll say at least a couple years now, on and off. Okay. Father John, and he's a reliable guy. He's kind of morally aligns with you a bit in that he'll break the rules, but he's about helping people, not about trying to make a profit first. And Nightingale works for him. You're similar to Nightingale in a way, both edge runners, both med techs. But for at least a couple years, and she's never done you wrong. Think of it as like a fellow employee. You know what I mean? But yeah, you pull up and it looks busy. What was that?
Scoop will look out the window as we kind of see it come into view, and just, offhanded over his shoulder to Dust, just, hey, Dust, how much did you say you trust these people again?
With my life, I've been at least knee-deep in blood with them on numerous occasions. So, like that, as much as you can anybody.
Good as any, I guess.
Yeah, I trust them. I think this is, I think they're going to want their piece, which is fine, it's fair, but you can get things operational this way for sure.
As long as it's not a piece of us, Scoop's happy.
Yeah.
Berryman comes for us all anyway.
Yeah, and
Where
you
would like
pull
his
up- What was that, Bardet?
pulling on his tunic and he putting on his gear.
That's good, man.
Yeah, as you pull up, and are getting out and making your way up, you see quite a few vehicles parked around the streets and hanging out, and there's people out front. Looks like they're pretty busy. There's a lot going on here. But as you enter the reception area, again, lots of people hanging out, lots of wounded people. And you can hear, commotion sounds going around in the back, people getting taken care of. It just seems like a typical busy day at the clinic.
Do they seem overwhelmed?
A little bit. I mean, they're packed, It's busy. It's a busy day. You've worked here on a busy day before like this.
I pass through the waiting room. Do I feel like anybody is in dire need of immediate medical care?
Yeah, there is somebody off to the side. Looks like they have a collapsed lung.
Yeah, they shouldn't be waiting. I just...
They're having a hard time breathing.
Yeah, as if I own the place, I just throw my arm around them and walk them in with us, and I assume I'll find a place to stabilize them once we're, inside the actual clinic, that there'll be a bed or something, or a corner even, whatever.
Yeah.
And I get to work on that.
Yeah, it's just a DV-15, and you can use your first aid or paramedic, whichever you want.
I'm much more invested in paramedic, so I'm going to go down. Sorry, guys. I don't want to bog us all down, but...
Yeah, and as you take the patient off to the little side room, the receptionist girl who's kind of taking care of other patients and signing, and she looks at you and just smiles and nods, like oh, thanks for chipping in,
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, and you
Absolutely,
nailed it. Yeah, you fixed the
17. I fixed it. Okay,
Yeah.
son, Mr. Old Man, what is he?
We'll say it's an older man.
Who are you?
And he got jumped by some gangbangers outside.
Oh, yeah.
And he had a collapsed lung. He just thought, I couldn't breathe. I thought I was done for sure.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad. Don't try to stay out of trouble, and watch that lung. Hail Satan, and I clap him on the back.
He coughed. Oh God! Dang.
Gently.
Oh, okay.
I suppose I don't know. My cyber
what
arm
is it?
might have
What is it?
spasmed. it's only got it's a MIDI controlled cyber arm. It has like 256 degrees of input.
Just be careful whenever you say gently, because I'm going to think you're talking to me.
Oh God, Jesus!
Yeah, but he walks out of the room, and as he walks out, Nightingale actually leans in and says, "Oh shit, Dust, helping out already. All right, cool. Hey, come on back, grab your team."
Yep, let's go over there.
Yeah, and
We follow in.
Yeah, you come back, and Nightingale kind of directs you back to one of the waiting rooms, and Father John's actually in there helping a patient right now, and it looks like they're working on a broken leg. The woman in there is just kind of like grunting in agony and kind of gritting her teeth, and he's working on it. He says, "Oh, Dust, okay, cool. I'm glad you came in. Just a couple things to go over, but let me try to help this out. Actually, let me go take care of the other room. I'll come right back. Dust, can you jump on this one?" He wants you to take care of the broken leg. I mean, it just looks like a broken leg.
Is that a broken leg? Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I start whistling the theme song to MASH.
Yeah, and he leaves the room. Nightingale helps kind of stabilize the girl and grab some wraps and things for you to kind of wrap and splint it up and fix it. Nice.
Rolled a 22.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's a critical success.
exactly. Yeah, and
He's walking out of here.
And with that, you could have done a 15 with paramedic, or I think, 13 with surgery. But with a 22, it doesn't even matter. You absolutely set that leg. It's actually better than she had it before it was broken. So that's great. Yeah, and Furious George, thanks so much. They just bought the players a +2 on your next roll whenever you want to use it.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
But yeah, you
Nice.
set the leg. She's happy, and you did such a good job. She's already on crutches and walking out of the room.
Jumping out of there.
Yeah.
I found an earlier break that they didn't know was in there, and I set that too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, it was a critical success. You're fixing things that she didn't even know was wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nightingale kind of
Rob,
like. What?
I just had a quick question, Rob. In terms of sorry, just to jump back, how much time has elapsed between when the one shots happened? You know, when they went underground. Like, how long have they been underground for? Up until now.
Yeah, at least a few months. Laying low enough to kind of be old news to Ling Po. Still in memory, obviously, but at least not maybe a current thorn in the side, you know? So a few months.
I was just gonna say, like, because this everything that's happening now is like it's just an overwhelming of the senses to Scoop. Because he literally, I would imagine he has rarely gone up. Like since entering Night City, he's been underground. So this is one of his first trips to the surface, and he's just been. This is all insanity.
Well, especially Scoop not, socializing that much over the years of kind of exiling himself, laying low. Now he comes back, hanging out with a new team, going into a clinic that's packed shoulder to shoulder with people, and like it's just probably very chaotic to him. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
But yeah, Nightingale just leans in and says, "Yeah, as soon as Father John gets back, we'll go over the details and stuff." But just to give everybody an idea, Nightingale's name is Hannah Teray. She's known as Nightingale in the Edge Runner community. She's 6 foot tall, Maori woman. She's built like a rugby player, has the traditional facial and arm Maori tattoos, normally dresses in various types of leisure wear, favoring cargo pants, practical shirts and jackets. Also note that she has 2 extra cyber limbs, but she keeps them tucked back into her jacket unless she needs them, usually for surgery and chaotic situations, maybe a little edge running combat moments too.
Man.
But yeah, she when not edge running, she's either working out of her clinic she runs from her cargo container in Haywood, or she's working shifts here at St. Mary's Hospital, where she's doing med tech stuff for Father John and also security at times. But yeah, it's quickly John comes back into the room, just kind of closes the door and sits down and just says, as you can see, I'm slammed, so I don't have a lot of time. But Nightingale, did you fill him in already? No, I was waiting for you. Yeah, so I guess let's just get into it. She says, medical supplies obviously have been low. I mean, we've been having the same problem. I'm sure you have. I usually get my shit from Gato. Gato, you haven't had shit in a while. But I did get word today that there's a supply shipment that was on the way to Trauma Team Tower that apparently broke down somewhere under the city. So here, check it out. And she kind of pulls up her agent, starts pulling up some digital blueprints and maps of the metro system of Night City. And she explains, some of you might know this, especially Scoop being a little bit older, but she explains how when Night City kind of built and revamped the new metro system after the Fourth Corporate War, they turned the old one into a service metro line primarily used for city utilities and those that can pay for transport and things like that at times. She basically says that it was being used for, what was that? Oh, Kitty? I just saw the tail. I was like, Kitty! And we always get visits from little furry friends during our streams. I love it. It won't be long before my doggy's probably kicking the door here. But yeah, she goes on to explain. She says, these service lines have been used, and yeah, I got word today that one of the transports of medical supplies to the Trauma Team Towers apparently broke down under South Night City, not that far from here. It's right there on the corner of 4th and Silverhand is one of the old entrances. I'm sure it's all gated up, got to break in or whatever. But it's there. It's not far. Obviously, we're fucking slammed today. I can't get out. I can't do this. We're working. You have a new team. It's going to take a team to go jack this, and you got to be quick. The good thing, this happened in the combat zone, so I'm sure like Metro Repair won't be out anytime quick. I'm sure if Trauma Team gets word and tries to put together any type of help, again, it's not going to be quick considering where it is. I'm sure the driver, security on the train, they're probably just sitting there waiting, making their hourly pay, not having to do shit. So, but still got to move quick. I don't know when Repair is going to be there, or if Trauma Team's sending out anybody, and you don't want to fuck with them. So that's the plan. I figured if you guys can go get it, we could split it 50-50. I got the info. I know where it's at. I got the lead on it. You guys go handle it. Bring it back. We have supplies for our clinic. You have supplies for your situation. We can get back to helping people.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. Is the train derailed? Is that what you said? Or is it just broke down?
I mean, the word I got is it broke down. I don't know if it derailed or something happened with the engine or what's going on, but apparently it's broken down there. And I got word from, one of my street leads that I usually get info from. And he just said it's broke down, and, happens to be right under South Night City, and here we are. So, fuck it.
Hey,
I don't mind jacking shit from Trauma Team supplies. They got plenty.
The Trauma Team still as big of an asshole now as they were 20 years ago?
Yes, they are.
Well,
great.
We all help people, but I just don't like how they make it membership only. You know what I mean? Like they're not really helping people. They're helping their pockets while they're helping people. But I don't know.
She's right. When you're right, you're right.
All right.
Anybody know how to drive a train?
Well,
Isn't it like driving a car?
yeah. Also, I think most of the
Kind
things
of.
are
It's easier. It doesn't steer.
most of the things are automated by now, so I guess a good netrunner. Looking at Bodak.
If it's automated, I'll be able to take the system. But if it's manual, I don't have a clue how to drive a train.
Well, the other
Yes.
thing.
I probably could.
Well, the thing to remember is, that train's on a track. I would suggest y'all break in at that 4th and Silverhand entrance, get down into the train, and just jack the shit and take it out of there. I mean, if you take the train, you're just going to be stuck on that track, stop to stop. They'll easily know where you're going, and they'll get you. If you just go down there, grab the stuff, run back, it's literally like 4 blocks down the road, that entrance. So
what you're saying is take the train off the tracks and go through the city of Nights.
and drive it down there. Who is this guy?
We'll pick it up with AVs. We'll blow the street open. We'll have skyjacks come in and hoist it. I saw that in a movie once. It's don't worry about it. Laugh it. Yeah. It was all,
Whatever we do.
You do kind of look familiar to me, though. What did you say your name was again? Looking at you, Scoop.
Didn't Scoop gently. How you doing?
Man, doing good. You got a quirky personality, but yeah, you look a little familiar.
People tell Scoop that a lot.
Name sounds familiar too. I don't know.
He just kind of brushes his hair to some semblance of what used to account for charm back in the day. He flashes a grin. It feels unpracticed though. It's probably the first person he's attempted to flirt with in the better part of 2 decades.
Oh yeah, give me wardrobe and style for the style part of it, I guess.
Fuck. Okay.
Get a little or we could do a cool check if you want. I'll let you choose. If you think you have a higher cool stat, you can roll a 1d10 and we'll see if it's under your cool stat.
I have got absolutely nothing in wardrobe and style, so let's see how this goes.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
Scoop still got it. He makes the moves enough that all of a sudden Nightingale's just like, wait a minute. I knew I recognized the name and those gestures. My mom used to absolutely hate you back in the day. She said you were like a sellout and sold out news stories or something along those lines or something. Like you're the reason, like she used to say, like, this is why you don't trust the news, and the news just, they're all bought and, you can't trust them and stuff. Like, you're that Scoop Gently, aren't you?
Oh, you know it, Chili Lips. That's me. I've turned a new leaf. If you turned a new leaf, things are different now. You're looking at the new Scoop Gently. If that was 1 scoop, this is 2 scoop. Double the man I used to be.
I hope so. My mom's probably turning over in her grave if I knew I'd be working with you. I hope you turned a new leaf. And yeah, Dust, working with this guy, that's crazy.
Listen, Nightingale, everybody, the door's always open. Everybody's got to have an opportunity to change and reform. Otherwise, we just have to kill everybody. And we can't go around doing that, can we? I can't.
That's true.
I'll just turn and look at Pixie at that quote.
There's got to be a path back.
Pixie's just like silent as she's like, "Don't comment. This is a trap."
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. I won't hold you up. Seriously, you guys need to haul ass. Get as much of that medical supply shit off that train as you can and get it back here. We'll be able to get back into work.
Yeah.
I think before we head out, he'll pull out. He'll find like if there's a bit of like writing material, even like a pad there, and just like write his agent number on there for without a word, and just slip it towards her as they leave the room. Tries once again with that flash of a smile before he leaves.
Yeah. She takes it, but she laughs.
You said that she'd got like blueprints and things, didn't you, of the train line?
Yeah, she was showing kind of where the metro goes, which almost follows along the new metro for the most part.
I'll copy those across to my datapad, my agent.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you copy the blueprints. I know you got a good idea.
On our way out, I grab my combat skirt from the RV and my guns.
Okay, cool.
Whatever we do, we want to go in low and quiet. Trauma team boasts that they can get anywhere within 2 minutes. The last thing we want is a combat AV dropping in ours.
Yeah. Also, we should try to get something where we can load on as much as we can, so that we don't have to carry this stuff, but we can just have like a van, or we use our RV.
Yeah, it would be great if all 5 of us didn't have our arms loaded and unable to defend ourselves.
Also,
can we get the RV down there?
Also, we'd be able to transport much more than if every one of us just carries a crate.
Right. I was going to say we should actually have 2 vehicles so that we can split, maybe even more, at the heist spot and send it to different locations, one for St. Mary's, one for us, and that way, if anybody gets caught, busted, or taken, it's that much harder, and also at least something might get through.
Yeah.
And we would expect that, Rob, that this is like, we're not talking about stuff we can fit in our pockets. We're talking about like
no, this is
a lot of shit.
Yeah, you're thinking like boxes of IV bags, syringes, rubber gloves, masks. Like not necessarily like paramedics or specific med tech stuff, but generic hospital ripper doc supplies that you would need to just run the shop. The other thing,
volume-wise, would it be like the contents? I'm sorry, the volume-wise, are we talking about like the contents of like a moving van, or the contents of an 18-wheeler, or the contents?
This train is probably
It needs a train. It needs a train, right? Yeah, it needs a train to get it across. So that suggests quite a bit.
Tons of shit.
I'm sure. Depending on how long the train is, how many, cargo units, how much.
I figured one car. You're talking about multiple cars.
Could be multiple.
Just open the train door and syringes just fall out.
Good at points first. No, but. Pixie was asking earlier too, can we drive the RV down there? Think an entrance to a subway. You can't really drive in, but think of an entrance that, you might take escalators down into like the lower level. You have tracks on either side, like a subway station. If you haven't been to one, maybe you've seen one in a movie, just like that, except this is the old one. This is the old metro. So like she said, these entrances are gated up. They're old, so it's probably gated up, iron shut, locked up, something along those lines. But the entrance is 4 blocks down at the corner of 4th and Silverhand.
Would there be here where we just were? Would they have like kind of empty containers or empty boxes or crates that we could use to basically refill it?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Good. So at least we have things we can bring down, which is great.
Yeah,
just don't fancy having to use our hands.
Yeah, Dust or Gato could probably go in and get a few crates, like plastic tub containers from Father John or Nightingale. Gato and Dust would work with them well enough if you want to.
You can borrow a dolly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can borrow.
Just have to think about how we can do bigger. I mean, who runs what is the dominant gang in the neighborhood that we're hanging out in, that we're laying low in with?
Can I make a streetwise check to find out?
Yeah. Yeah, just streetwise.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. What with a streetwise like that? Yeah, you know that there's multiple gangs that work out of South Night City. There really aren't too many gangs that don't have parts of town in this. Like I mean, do you have a particular gang that you work with or that you know? Let me check your.
I think I
sheet
did.
there.
You're talking to him too.
Yeah, primarily Gato because of the fixer hookup. Let me see if we got
Sure.
that in.
I didn't have in the past. Don't know if I have right now.
Um,
But there's
I'll let
something
you- yeah, I'll let you.
developed the last few months.
Yeah, and also you did the rank. I don't think we got a chance to go over the new culture and things. I think you did Nomad when you went up, but you have the languages. You know, you do have the contact, which would be the gang.
I actually got two new cultures.
Okay.
So one thing was the nomads, and the other thing we didn't talk about yet.
Well, either way, you also get the contacts to like gang leader. You know, you take up your connection
Yeah.
up a notch. So if you want in South Night City, tell me what gang you want the connection to, and that'll be fine. That'll be your kind of contact. If you need to contact them.
Gangs are there in South Night City? Is 6th Street a thing there?
Yeah, some of the 6th Street guys run out of there as well.
Then I guess I'd take the 6th Street.
I think they also run out of like Little Europe, I think, and parts of the Upper Marina. But yeah, there's some out here in South Night City as well. And we'll say, yeah, you've got a contact to one of those guys. We'll say you got contact to. So you got a contact to a guy named Tiny in 6th Street, and he is nothing to that name. He's a huge, scary guy.
7 feet something.
What's that?
Tiny is like 7 feet something.
Exactly, 7 feet. You know,
It's-
350 pounds.
It's one of those ironic nicknames. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Little John. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I could call up Tiny. He's one of the leaders of 6th Street here.
If we get a gang involved, they'll want to cut as well.
That's
Well, what if they don't?
That's
What if the deal is that once we're operational, we will provide free medical services for them ad infinitum, and we get all of their muscle to help us move this. We can really unload this train.
That could work.
that sounds okay.
I nod.
And we make that deal with all the gangs.
Okay.
No? Okay.
Well,
Yes,
the
absolutely.
thing is, if I get 6th Street in now, and we get some other gangs in this job, we always have the problem that there might be some conflict between those gangs. So
Yeah.
I'd rather only take one gang into that job right now.
Yeah,
Perhaps another one in the next one, and so on.
for sure, you know.
So okay, then
Conflict.
I think I'll call Tiny and ask him for help.
Sure. Yeah, you give him a call. It just takes a few rings and he answers. And yeah, Gato, what's up? You got a night market coming up or a hookup? What's up?
Well, not right now, but I will have you as the first on my list as soon as I set up a night market. If you can help me with something.
What? Help you? What's up?
Okay, listen. We try to get supplies, but we have to be quick. We have to move them, and I could use some people to help me move as much as possible of that stuff. They would be.
I'm thinking the word move is actually steal here, Gato. What is this about?
Well, we have to pick them up. I know that there are other people who try to pick them up too, and we've got to deliver them to 2 different places actually.
Oh,
Thing is, we are trying to set up a kind of medical facility. And we'd be prepared, if you help us, to supply you with free medical care.
Free medical care for me.
You and your guys, you and your teams.
Anytime we're wounded and shit, you're gonna patch us up.
Yeah.
And you got med techs now that'll help us out like that.
We've got a med tech here, yeah, and a good one.
All right.
It
Well,
worked a couple of times.
I mean, most of our guys right now are up in Little Europe, kind of shaking down these assholes that have been flexing on our territory. But I'm here with Biggie. We could roll in and maybe help out.
Okay.
We got our 4-door. We could load that thing up if we got to haul some things. I mean, what are we talking about here? What is it? What are we doing?
It's medical supplies. It's medical supplies from a train.
Okay. A train? Where is it at? What's up?
Well, we'll meet. I'll give him a place where we can meet, which is close to the entrance, but not the entrance itself.
Okay. Yeah, he tells you, I'm just like five minutes away from there, actually, like 5 to 10 minutes, depending on traffic. I mean, are you there now? Should we head over, or are we doing this later tonight when it gets a little more dark and we could be a bit more sneaky, or what are we doing?
Come there now, because we're going there now too.
In the daytime.
Time's of the essence.
All right, fuck it. It's combat zone. All right, yeah, we'll meet you over there. Don't forget, free medical for the whole game. Holding you to that shit. He hangs up.
Okay, so we've got a couple of six streeters to help us.
Yeah.
So I'd say let's go there, and if the RV is too big to park it near there, perhaps we should just try to see whether we can pick up a van or something from around here on our way there.
We could rent something.
It's not like we did not do that before.
Rent-a-dent.
Well,
Rent a tent? I'm not familiar with that term.
Borrow something.
Yeah, we're in the business of borrowing. Why not?
Yeah, we definitely can borrow vehicles. This is for the greater good. We can totally do that.
Yeah. So, if not exactly at St. Mary's, but a couple of blocks further away, I can find something like a small van or something. I'll ask Bodak if he can open the door, because I know he's the one who can do those things.
Yeah, going 4 blocks down to this sort of 4th and Silverhand entrance to the old subway, the old metro system. Within 4 blocks, combat zone, definitely you're going to come across like probably a couple vans along the way, all kinds of beaters and fucked up vehicles, and it's overpopulated and such. So yeah, Bodak, if you want to give me your lockpick roll, that'd be great.
Yep, so Gatto, if you're going to just keep an eye out, I don't want to get jumped when I'm trying to do this.
Yeah, and if you want, Gatto, you can give me a stealth roll as a lookout, and if you successfully beat the DV, it'll give him a +1 as an assist.
There we go.
What roll?
Your stealth.
My stealth.
Yeah,
okay.
you're helping. You're trying to be sneaky and kind of cover up for Bodak while he's doing this, Perfect. Yeah, you get a +1 with your roll there, Bodak. So give me your lockpick. And a +1 puts you over the basic DV you needed. So luckily, Gatto helped you with that. That literally,
awesome.
Yeah. If he didn't, you wouldn't have made it because it goes to defender. But yeah, you luckily you get the door open. The van is open. The back is actually empty, with the exception of like an old dirty sleeping bag and like a makeshift like old clothes balled up like a pillow. But nobody's back there. It looks like somebody was sleeping back there at one point.
Man, this is somebody's home. Fuck.
And somebody will have to do electronic security check, electronics to start this thing up. I'll also take like a basic tech if you want.
Electronic security.
I'm a lot better at that than you might think, but I'm distracted moving this person's personal effects out onto the sidewalk. I'm just setting them up nicely. I'm leaving a little sign, sorry, borrowed van.
Okay,
and I'm leaving that there.
Give me a resist torture and drugs to see if now you have lice by touching that shit. No, I'm kidding.
Great, perfect. That's perfect. I do have lice, so it doesn't matter.
Resist torture and drugs to see. That'd be funny.
That's a body skill? Yeah. So...
yeah, you
guess
shake them off.
I did do that. I resisted the lice. I'm lice free.
Yeah, you shake them off. You're lucky. But yeah,
critical.
You toss them out. You're able to get into this van. Bodak, if you want to give it a shot, you can try to hotwire this thing.
Already did it. I did that above the scroll. Got a 16.
Yeah, no luck. You're not able to get it going. It almost starts up. You even hear it kind of kick, but it doesn't get going. Doesn't fully turn over.
Okay.
Somebody else could give it a try, possibly.
Hey, don't look at me. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot. I like stealing vans. I'm allowed. Is that right? I'll see. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I rolled a 17. I don't know if that does it. Is that too far off?
Nice. Well, I was looking for a 17. Typically it goes to defender, but in this situation, in sake of streamline, we'll say that you get it going. It turns over. So the van starts up. Because you did have that +2 as well from chat that somebody Warped mentioned again.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah, so I would have had that on my 16 earlier. So
yeah, disregard me being cool. That's fine. No, I delete my roll. That's bullshit. That's not fair. That con the shit out of that.
So that would have been an 18. So I would have done it on the first attempt.
There you go.
Yeah, so
it makes him look better.
Yeah, you turn it over and it's going. What's everybody doing?
I'm stepping back because as soon as the engine's rolling, I'm stepping back because I don't know shit about driving cars.
Okay.
Oh yeah, does anybody have drive skill?
Nope.
Gato and I do, right?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, great.
That would have been funny.
Stealing and
5 edge
healing.
runners, none can drive.
Yeah, you break in, you hotwire it, and you just drive it immediately into like the nearest building. Fuck.
Into
Is that the read on the drive skill? If you have no skill in it, you literally cannot drive.
No. You can drive, but you have to do a skill check like every turn to keep control of it. You have to beat like a DV 9. I forget what it is.
Maybe not. Yeah.
I should have taken one dot in that. Oops.
It's not that high a difficulty, but my dice rolls are so poor, I would just never risk it.
Yeah. But Pixie and Gato have drive. One of y'all can jump in and get this going.
Yeah.
Who wants to do it?
And then I'll drive and I'll let Pixie be the security for us.
Yeah.
All right,
That
cool.
sounds about normal.
Yeah, Gato gets it going, and as everybody's kind of getting into the van, this
I do have one dot in it. I do. I did take a point and drive. Sorry.
this kind of a scaver-looking guy, wearing like kind of scraps and scaver clothing, kind of comes stumbling out of a nearby alleyway right there, zipping up his pants. He's like, "Hey, it's my van. What? I was just taking a piss. Get out. What are you doing with my van?" He's like walking towards y'all.
Just hit the gas. Not hitting you, but moving on.
Is he in front of us?
No. He's off to the side, coming out of an alley. You know, you guys are on the street. He was.
I just lean. If I hear that, I lean out and let him know. We'll be back. Your stuff's right there.
Yeah, he just looks like, what the fuck? He looks down, sees the shit. He's like, asshole! They stole my van!
We just
Combat zone, what do you want?
He's a scaver. He's probably done worse.
there you go. Whatever we can say to justify it for ourselves, all good.
Yeah, but you guys grab the van, get away from this guy creeping up, and you guys are pulling up to where that entrance is, right there at 4th and Silverhand, down at the end of an alley, the old entrance to the old metro. But as you guys park on the other side of the block, or a block down, we'll say, however you guys want to do, or pull right up to that block, you do see a 4-door old beater off to the side with Tiny standing outside of it. And he's just sitting there smoking a cigarette, leaning up against the car.
Yeah. Okay.
I hop out.
So do I.
Yeah.
We've got work to do.
Yeah. Hop out. I'm gonna brush myself off from the bits of the van.
Yeah, I think Scoop will hesitantly pop out from the side of the van and will be kind of a few steps behind Gato. He's going to let him take the charge. Does Scoop know much about the 6th Street gang?
Oh, you
Would
know.
he have heard much about them?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Being around as long as you have, it'd be hard to not hear about them because they're one of the gangs that, although they do gang things, they do lean more towards kind of, protecting neighborhood. I don't know, the better side of the bad, if you will. They're kind of a good gang of gangs.
Vigilante gang, aren't they?
Yeah, a little bit of a vigilante vibe to them, but they still do extortion and other things, and they're not scared of violence, and they're still a gang. But they're not the Maelstroms, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Obviously, Bodak doesn't do whenever he can. He doesn't do the face-to-face or the meeting. So I'm going to let Gato do this, and Bodak's going to walk over to the door to the subway and start looking at the locks and kind of looking at how we're going to get in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you all walk up, Gato kind of looking down the alley to check that out, Bodak looking down the alley to check out the entrance. As you all walk up with Gato leading the way, you see Tiny leaning against the car. As you walk up, he just kind of stands up, huge guy, casting a huge shadow as you're walking up. Just like, Gato, cool, yeah, we got here quick, so what's up? Why is there a sense of urgency with this? Why'd you say be quick? What's going on?
There seems to have been a supply for Trauma Team, which broke down. And I think there are people who need it more urgently than Trauma Team does.
So we're stealing from Trauma Team here in South Night City in the combat zone. What are you talking about, man?
Let's just get that stuff out from the subway. And
you mean they're actually down in the train, down in the subway?
The supplies are down in the train. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Trauma Team ain't here yet, but the more we talk here, the more likely it is that they'll be here. So maybe we get in, get out, and no one's none the wiser,
Yeah, I'm with it. All right, just don't forget what you told me. You're taking care of all of us when we need it, right?
Yeah. Well,
You got it.
You've got the doc. Yeah, you've got the doc here.
Take it. You're the medic. He points to you. Dust.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll you come in. I'll patch you up. You, anybody? Sure.
Holding you
Specifically
to that.
you. Yeah. No. That's yeah.
Yeah,
Why-
and then all of a sudden from behind him, this little tiny dude, I'm barely over 4 feet tall, 75, 80 pounds wet maybe, steps out from behind Tiny in his shadow, and you recognize him. It's Biggs. It's Biggs from the 6th Street. And he steps on. He's like, "Hey, you take care of me too, right? All of us, the whole gang, right?"
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So now you got Tiny and Biggs with you.
Okay.
I look over to Bodak and I say, "Can you pick it, or do we need to break it?"
We should be good.
Yeah, Bodak, give me a perception roll since you were checking it out first as everybody is getting together. Nice. Yeah, you can. You basically see down the alley. You can see a couple street people hanging out. Looks like they got like a little makeshift tent situation in this alley. Just kind of leaning up. Looks like they're drinking out of a bottle and just laughing. Kind of early for that, but what else do they got to do? Other than that, there's some garbage in this alley. It looks like the alley, isn't used that much, like by any local businesses or things. Old, run-down sort of alley look, which makes sense. It's the old entrance to the old metro. But at the end of this alley, you do see like a sort of drop gate and gated door with like metal shingling sort of over the front of it, and that's at the end of the alleyway.
Yep. I'll start heading down there.
All right, cool. What's everybody else doing?
Kind of walking confidently, but just keeping an eye on these two guys.
Everybody together now?
Yeah.
I am kind of. I'm gonna follow. I'm trailing behind, but I'm watching the skies and scanning kind of upward and making sure that Trauma Team hasn't already set up like a surveillance and recovery team. If there's any indicators that they're on site already, waiting for the rest of the recovery team to come in, and that like we're being watched at this very moment as we saunter down in here in the middle of the daytime.
Yeah, give me perception.
As I roll this, I'm mumbling like, yeah. You ever feel like you're in way over your head?
And
Perception.
there's a +2 awarded from chat if you wanted to use it, but geez, you don't even need to use it.
I rolled a 20.
You rolled a 25. There's a +5 to the roll. You had a critical success. Amazing. Yeah, even through the thick of crowd walking around the combat zone and traffic and noises and just the typical chaos that happens, especially during the daytime, even through that, you're able to get a great scan. You're peeking everything. No trauma team, nothing. No one posted up like that. Just typical combat zone people, pedestrians and such, you know?
I think Scoop will be again. He'll stay relatively close to Gato, and there's just a tension that is kind of just built up in it across his entire body. Like he was never a person on the ground. He was the one that talked about all this bullshit. So he's instantly wary, he's instantly paranoid, and he's hoping. Well, he's not even hoping for the best. He's just expecting the worst. This is Trauma Team after all. So He's got his gun out in his hand. He pulled out his piece, and he's got it down by his side, and he's just kind of glancing left to right.
Oh yeah, I picture everybody walking down the alley, and Scoop's like with his gun out, like, "What was that?"
Yeah, 100%.
When I kind of get close to where the two drunks are, I'm just going to reach carefully into my tunic, pull out two 20 Yetis, like two tanners, and just chuck them down at the guys and just kind of say, go get yourselves a drink.
Yeah, they just look. They both kind of like scurry for it. One of them grabs and they, yeah, we'll go drink some more. And he just kind of like downs the bottle he has, throws it down, and gets up and walks off. And the other guy's like, wait for me. Hey, thanks, dude, thanks. And he just like walks off with them.
And then go and check out the lock.
All right, cool. Yeah, you guys make your way down to the end of the alley, and let's see here.
Scoop,
Yeah,
man,
you
you're
basically
making me nervous.
You see the entrance of the gate here, with the drop cage and the broken open. But yeah, Dust just said to Scoop, you're making him nervous. If you want to answer him on that one, there, Scoop.
Scoop's nervous too. You're right to be nervous, buddy.
You gotta
people sticks eyes up.
You gotta find your center. Maybe do some breathing exercises. You know, there's a plan here, and it's a weak plan. It's a plan though. It's a plan. It's a soft plan that we're gonna work the soft plan, and this is all we're helping people. I just take a deep breath, ease off the trigger. We're the fewer, we don't. Let's not go popping off with the Rudy Tooty fresh and killy.
Nah, Mina-san, it's all gonna be alright. Daijoubu.
And he looks Dust up and down. Does Dust have a piece on him at all? Does Dust have a weapon?
He does, but you would probably have to look to find it. I mean, I'm wearing many layers of clothing, so. But yeah, I'm carrying a gun.
You can do a conceal reveal roll.
Yeah, why the hell not? I think it's just it's more of like a passive thing. It's just he knows that
And Dust, you
I don't.
You can do a conceal reveal if it's contested, just for fun.
There's no reason. I'm not hiding it. It's not.
No.
It's not specifically hidden. It's just on me. It's just not brandished.
That's it.
It
was more so.
You see it poking out.
Yeah, Scoop.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, he eyes off what he imagines would be your piece, and he goes, "Listen up, Pickle Sticks. You need to have your hand on the trigger as well, because soft plan or not, soft plans are made to be broken. You keep looking up."
We've worked with less. We spent 6 months on the run, but we've worked with less.
I don't yet. Okay. I am. I thought. Okay. I'm moving a few pages. I'm still with the crew. I'm just gonna make sure there's a little bit more space between me and Scoops.
Yeah, it's at that point you get up to the gate, and without even perception roll, all of you notice that the drop gate and the entrance gate and drop cage are both broken open. So this drop gate, the cage entrance are both completely broken open, like pried open.
Okay.
And you can see like the lights and things coming from inside from the old subway station system. And it's right there that we're going to take our 5-minute break. But Bodak, did you want to get that out now, or do you want to hold what you were going to say till we come back?
Yeah, I'll say it now, just so I remember.
Yeah.
I just want to look at the damage log to see how recent it looks like. Is this like old damage, or does this look like a crew's just gone down?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, give me a perception roll. We'll do that before we leave, before we take our little 5-minute break. And give me a deduction.
Deduction.
Wow, nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hey!
you can tell the slashes and hacks that have been done to this drop gate and cage are fresh. It looks like they, it had to have happened in the past, maybe hour or two.
In which case, I think we can finish. I'll just turn to the others and say, we're not alone. There's another team in there already.
Scoop immediately feels validated.
And that's where we'll take our 5-minute bio break. Anybody watching in chat, hang out. We're only going to break for 5 minutes. I am going to leave the mics hot, so players, anything that you guys talk about over the next 5 minutes is going to be coming out in the stream. That way, if you do any game planning or character talk or things like that, everybody in chat can be aware of what's going on. It's always fun like that. So be careful you don't say any incriminating shit. You know what I mean? All right. Be back in 5 minutes.
All right, guys. I'm Mike. Going for like an Alan Partridge. I don't want to call that out directly, but is that the inspiration for Scoops or no?
Scoop came. So here's the thing, right? With every character I've ever played, I always get the voice first. Just it's always a voice that comes to me, and so weirdly enough, when the voice came, I realized it's just an off version of, as much as I hate to use this as an inspiration, Joe from Family Guy. Joe Swanson, or Patrick Warburton, basically.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's that kind of, except it's got a bit more New Yorker than I anticipated it to, so it's got a little bit different. But
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was. And so from there, the personality and whatever the role or the class ends up being, and those are usually the two things that enforce the character. And I just wanted someone that was batshit insane.
Yeah.
Now, much kudos for the voice. It's one thing I've always loved to be able to do voice acting, but I just cannot do it. I start and it filters off, or it just never really works. So.
Yeah, I haven't really found the voice for Dust yet. I think there is one, but I do need to pee.
Yeah, same here actually.
All right, I'll talk into the void.
Tomorrow?
Oh, did you say something?
Yeah. Are we playing tomorrow?
We are, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No Marina.
I know. That's why I asked.
Yeah. So we'll still be good. It's just a shame that we won't have Marina there, because obviously the med tech, he was quite integral to the story. So I'll just have to NPC it and just let Joe know what he's missed.
Yeah. Myla felt bad for Joey for her playing this earboarding. But you had the feeling that Joey was quite shocked. was actually thinking about what to give Scoop so that he could calm down. I think Blue Gas wouldn't work too well either.
You're going to be hard pressed.
And that's actually the only thing that's not boosting me. Smash Pad.
So Scoop, it's funny, we're talking about how Dust is a bit of a pacifist, and that kind of goes, that's antithesis to the cyberpunk world. For Scoop, he doesn't drink and he doesn't take drugs because he used to in a past life. So I thought you've accrued 2 new characters that are pretty much both have something wildly against cyberpunk in the genre. So good luck giving me something.
He doesn't drink and he doesn't use drugs, as long as he knows.
Oh, that drinks, but he doesn't do drugs. His synth calf is his drug.
Yeah.
Yeah, coffee. Like Sean, coffee is the drug of choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I just had my buzzer coffee.
Oh, I could use the second one. Oh well, too late. Too late. Oh, get one after the stream.
Yeah, you're right, Val. That was some awesome music that Rob just had playing there. It sounds familiar somehow.
Any chance I get to play my old band shit, I'm an idiot like that. Dork. I'm my biggest fan.
That's
Hey,
a
you
good
have to be.
attitude to have.
Definitely. Why not?
Oh, biggest I
Imagine
meant
being
only.
Imagine being a creative and just vitriolically loathing your own shit. That's,
Okay, I work with a lot of creatives. So many of them just hate themselves and their work because they think they're pieces of shit. And oh my gosh,
Imposter
I think you can
syndrome
hate
is a definite
I
thing.
think you can hate yourself.
Big time.
I find it fascinating because I find they hate themselves, but they love their work. Because you got to be both a raging narcissist and have crippling anxiety at the same time. I think that makes the best creative.
All right. Yeah, I think I know the reason I try to do so much with filmmaking and the music and streaming and my businesses and sites, and I do so much because of that, because I have such a fear of failure and such a lack of accomplishment. I always have self-doubt, and I'm just constantly feel like I have to do more and more to prove I'm good, I'm cool, I'm smart, look at these things I can do. It's like,
Yeah, you need that vindication.
Oh fucking yeah, dude! I constantly need to be validated, and it sucks, but it's just my personality,
Yeah.
I gotta constantly do things. All right, cool. We're all back.
Okay.
Hey, we're back. Everyone can see us now.
We're back and we're live.
Hola.
And live. So everybody in chat, thanks so much for hanging out. We're back at it. The team has just made it down this alley and made it to the old metro entrance, which they thought they were going to have to break into, but apparently it's already broken open. So that's where y'all are at.
Oh.
I say, since there's a team already in there, I assume I'll take points.
I will step aside.
We could try to.
There's no argument or words. Braddock just steps aside and let Pixie pass.
Oh, Scoop will do the exact same thing, but that grip on that gun is exponentially tighter.
We could negotiate. I mean, there's a lot, right? There's a lot. I mean, we don't know the size of the team and what their haul is looking like either. I mean, there's probably enough for everybody.
They're probably the reason why that train has stopped.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. This looks like it's been done
Right.
like a couple of hours, so
Well,
yeah, I think you're right.
We'll find out early enough. I take out the very heavy pistol.
I'm kind of regretting my generosity now and letting those drunks walk away.
We have Tiny and Biggs obviously with us as well, don't we?
Yeah. Tiny and Biggs are just
great.
in the back, letting y'all lead the way. They're there to help.
All right. I think cautiously and quietly we can start heading towards it. Stealth's the name of the game, right?
Oh yes.
All right, stealth checks.
Yeah. So everybody, give me
Actually,
a
shit.
stealth check. What were you gonna say there, Dust?
I have a retcon question that I should. This is a poor character operation on my part. Can I make? I produce speed heal and surge. Those are the two drugs I can produce. Can we make a determination on whether? I mean, if the answer is 0 because I failed to do so, that's fine. But do I have any doses on me, or is there a roll I can make? Because it technically takes me an hour, I think, to do that.
Yeah, you
to
wouldn't-
produce doses of drugs.
Yeah, you wouldn't have time to make anything now. But I
so
will
it's-
say, but you would have
what is
made
bad?
some previously. I'll allow you to at least have, a couple things that you made in the past.
Okay.
Yeah, that's realistic.
So how would you want to
Ooh!
like 1 hour of work, or how would you want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it would have taken you an hour, but what I'm saying is, like, if there was a couple things that you would want to have on you from the pharmaceutical list that you can make, we'll say that
Yep.
you made it, a couple days ago or something like that.
Sure.
Because it would make sense
I
that
just
you would
need
have
some-
some.
I just need some determination on how many doses I have because it matters.
I think you have to. It's your rank per. I don't have it.
1
right in
point.
front of me.
I have it in front of me.
Yeah, I believe it's.
Each time you allocate applying a single dose. A medtech can make a number of doses from 200 Eurobucks of materials equal to that. So maybe I don't have that much money. No, I don't have any doses. Disregard all this. I didn't have.
Oh,
200.
you didn't have
I
200.
would have done that. Now, if I had 200 Eurobucks, I would have thought about
okay.
this as a character. Sorry.
Well, this
Sorry.
is
Not that kind of
fascinating
hacker
because
yet.
on Roll20 I just see a black screen and then just one dead guy on the top right hand corner. But I am also watching on the Twitch stream, so I've got a really small version of what I should be seeing. So we should be all fine.
You can scroll up.
Yeah, you don't see the. Does everybody see the animated map there?
Yep.
I do.
No, I can just watch through Twitch. That's fine.
Try to refresh that and see it, because I know Ellen, if you're on that laptop, she should be able. It should be the same that we used.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. No, I've just got the black everything
Yeah.
except for a dead body.
Try to make the picture a little smaller.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay, maybe it's just.
Yeah,
That's
I only
alright.
see black with. Oh, there it
Yeah.
goes.
You see it?
Oh well. I'll make do. I've
Okay,
got
if Sean, if you're the only one that can't see the animated map right now. Am I right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then just look at it on Twitch. Just try not to say anything that you might see. Let the other team kind of do it, because there are things that I hide on the GM layer. So I do kind of rely on you to see it through Roll20. But this is fine. If it's glitching, let's just do it that way so we can move forward.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, you get the door pried open. I'm looking at these stealth rolls. It looks like
I should roll stealth.
Yeah, roll stealth if you didn't already. Everybody did decent except for Bodak.
The stealth monkey who totally failed his stealth.
Yeah, but there is a +2 that you have access to that would put you where you need to be. And yeah, Dust would need to use. Yeah, there wouldn't be enough. So either Dust or Bodak would probably be making some noise. But
I'm making noise. I mean, my attitude about this is we should go down there and make friends with these guys.
yeah. So when you walk in, you basically are looking at kind of the top loft area of a subway entrance. You see the escalators that are going down. You're coming in this entrance that's down here at the bottom center of the screen. And that entrance in the bottom center, you can see the escalators going down, but you can't see down into the down lower area from up here on the platform coming in the front entrance. You'd have to walk over to the railing. But just at face value, just seeing what you see entering this top layer level, you see all the old school neon advertisements, probably with ads from like maybe even 20 years ago or more,
Powered up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This whole metro is all powered and running, used as like a utility transport and stuff. So any of the attached stations are also powered. But it's all old ads. Some of them are flickering. Some aren't working. Some are. Everything's covered in dust and garbage. No one really ever comes in here. But you do see a dead body up there close to the edge of the railing, kind of at the top of the escalators. and I'll say, give me, everybody give me another perception roll.
Perception.
Yeah, and then Dust, if you want to give me some type of like med tech roll, I'll take like first aid or paramedic or any of the med techs. Yeah.
Paramedic 18.
Nice. Yeah, you can tell this body.
Ooh.
This body was probably killed, an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago.
Rigor mortis doesn't set in yet here, guys. This guy is fresh.
And that would have been before Nightingale even called you. Because it's been all of maybe 30 to 40 minutes since the beginning of leaving the RV area to go to Nightingale, have that 10-minute conversation, riding out, Jack in the van going. It's been 30 to 40 minutes of just hustling there and here. This body's been here for a couple hours.
But not so long that it's ancient.
Exactly. And yeah, everybody else is noticing that the body it has some booster gang colors to it. Definitely looks like a ganger, not like a scaver or a regular homeless person or citizen of combat zone. Definite booster gang vibe here.
Does he have any cyberware on him?
Yeah, you can see he's got a cyber hand. You'd have to, inspect a little more, get up to him and actually inspect him to see what's up. Does anybody have cyber audio? Any type of like cyber audio hearing?
Audio, yes. Just
You
a
do?
second. I've got the cyber audio suit,
Okay.
internal agent,
Oh, shit.
internal radio comm.
Yeah, give me a
and voice-
perception. Give me a perception roll that'll count for your audio. Because as you come in, as you enter, as Dust sees that this body is no more than 2 hours old at most, and everybody kind of stumbles in, Dust obviously makes a little bit of noise, so does Bodak. And Gato... Let me see.
19.
Okay, cool. Sorry, it didn't update for me. I had to go check it. Thanks for telling me. You, after stumbling in and making that noise, Dust checking out the body and stuff, just that little bit of noise, you hear coming from beyond the escalators a couple voices. You hear a female voice and a male voice. A male voice you do hear say, shh, shh, I think they're here. I think they're here.
Okay.
I hear. I have a radar sonar implant, so I probably also hear that.
If it's sonar implant, I think that picks up radio frequencies and stuff. I don't know if that.
It's also if they move, she'll get a ping.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can detect threats up to 50 meters / yards away.
Detect what? Sorry, it broke out.
Threats.
Okay.
So as long as they're not behind cover,
Yeah.
I'll be able to
Yeah, so-
detect them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you don't detect anything from up here, but Gato, you do overhear that little chatter.
Okay.
And just for
Stop
the just for the sake of order and process here, not that you're engaging in combat or anything, but just for order, I'm going to pull out everybody's token, and we're just going to do a little initiative. Here, let me get everybody out there.
Yeah.
Also, I've fixed it now, so I can see what I should be seeing.
Nice, awesome.
I have a quick question too.
Sure.
Just my cyberware, it's not automatically calculating a plus, is it? No, it's not. Okay, so I actually have a +2 from my med scanner.
You should be
that's implanted in my arm.
And that'll give you a +2 for what, perception or med?
First aid and first aid and paramedic, but I mean it's a scanner. So I mean, if you want to make a house rule that it does anything else, but
no, that's fine. If you look at your character sheet, you'll see in the skills you should be able to add a +1 or +2. There's like a little modifier spot to add a modifier.
On the top, you've got modifiers. You can just put other custom. You can put a +1 or +2.
Yeah, and just make sure as far as rolling initiative, everybody click on your token, then click initiative. That way it shows up in the turn order.
But those modifiers are, I'm sorry, I'm really new to Roll20. Those modifiers are global, right? So I can't just apply that to like a permanent stat on one stat.
Right.
You have to put it in every time.
Okay. That's fine.
You could do that, or you could just say it. You could do the roll and just say, "Oh, that's a +2." Don't forget, if you don't want to have to type it in every time.
What is the roll? Yeah. Where do you roll initiative?
On the combat tab.
Yeah, combat tab
thank
at the
you.
top.
There's the middle of your screen. There'll be initiative.
Done.
All right.
All right, cool. Dust, or pixie dust, yeah.
I'm going to. Are there a separate set of stairs that also go down, or
No,
just the escalator bit?
just these two, these escalators, one going down, one coming up.
I glance over at the rest of the crew and I start heading over to the down escalator.
Oh, shit. I think Scoop is immediately, as he sees us starting to head into this area, he'll activate his, he's got a Cyber Eye micro video, which records video and sound. And he'll just kind of, through his agent, he can start the recording of that. So it's almost second nature, just because this needs to be recorded. So he starts it, and just his eye flashes red.
All right. What about Dust Monday? What's he doing?
Well, I didn't hear this thing coming up the stairs, and I was crouched over the body, and I had already committed to rolling cyberware to sort of assess the state of equipment on this person's corpse, and I rolled a 14 for that. So probably I'm just kind of immersed in my work here, and everybody else is moving around me like, oh.
Yeah, no problem. And it's not somebody coming up the stairs. It was Gato overheard somebody saying like, "Oh shit, they're here." Something along those lines. Just a little bit of chatter. But you're right. Nobody else was able to hear that, except for Gato with that hearing. But you're checking out the body with that roll. You can tell he's got a cyber hand. Looks like maybe rippers. Maybe some other type of implants, whether chipware or some internal stuff. But with a roll like that, you're not getting a lot of detail.
That's fine.
Yeah, you'd have to really examine the shit out of him to get some more detail out of it.
Contemplating how to haul this body out of here now. But okay.
Nice.
'Cause it takes me 4 hours to harvest that, but I can.
Yeah, and Scoop, you got your camera going and ready to go. What's Bodak doing?
Yes, again, Bodak also didn't hear the voices, so Bodak is kind of coming in, seeing the body. I'm going to go with Dust because I had obviously with the locks being opened, he's looking at the body. I'm trying to figure out how long it's been since the team's come in or whatever. So I just want to hear what Dust's verdict is on that. But I'm also I'm just going to open up my sensors and do a scan of the immediate area just to try and see if there's any network or cameras.
Yeah, give me a scan. Give me your interface.
The immediate area.
I was going to say, similar to what Bodak's doing, can Scoop would like to take the time to just... he knows that Dust is taking care of the body, but if there's anything else, any sort of story that the room can tell him about what has transpired here or what might be important to pick up on.
Yeah, give me a deduction roll, too. And Bodak, with that interface roll, you're picking up a system. It's pretty much coming from the panel right over here on the wall to the side of the entrance. Other than that, no other system in this part of the station anyways. That deduction, Scoop, you can tell this place, no one's been in here in a really long time, but you are picking up on some footprints going down the escalator. None coming up the escalator. You do pick up on that in the debris and dust on the floor. You do see some fresh, we'll say like shells and like burn marks and stuff, like there's been some type of combat. Obviously, this body has been shot up. That's about what you're getting out of this, though.
So to be clear, were you saying it looks like there has been none that have been coming down those escalators into this room, but there are ones that are going away into what looks like away from us?
Yeah,
it
looks
correct?
like going down the escalator away from the room, but none coming up into the room. Correct.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bodak, what are you doing? Or sorry, Gato. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll call out to Pixie. Pixie. At least 2 people down the stairs.
I grin and I say arigato.
And then I look around and I start following Pixie. Won't let her be alone.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you make your way over to the edge there, and I'm going to pull up the subway full, so you can see kind of what you're looking at over the edge there. Since you two are looking
Wow.
over. And shout out
Quality.
shout out to Lion Banner Games, an official sponsor of Cyberpunk Uncensored. They supply all of my animated maps for all the gameplay.
Wow, cool.
He does amazing work. I've even hit him up before when I've needed maps last minute, like the night before a session. I'm like, I thought of doing this. I need a map for it, and he's thrown it together and hooked it up. Like amazing work. Yeah, anybody that needs animated maps or regular maps, whatever you need, check out Lion Banner Games. He's on Drive-Thru RPG. I'll put the link in the description for the VOD, but he's awesome. Check him out.
This is dope. This is amazing.
Oh yeah,
I'm flabbergasted.
oh yeah.
And they already have very many very nice maps there.
Oh yeah, he has
Yeah.
he makes new ones like every week almost. I mean, it's amazing.
That's really cool.
But yeah, you get up to the edge there. I'm going to drag the tokens out once again, just so at least we can get an idea of where everyone's at. Feel free to move your token about where they would be. I think Gato was over here with Pixie. Pixie was at the top of the escalator. I put Dust over by the body. Scoop was over by Dust and the body. Bodak's over by the system where he scanned. Okay, that looks about right. But yeah, you get up to the top there. Give me Gato and Pixie Dust. Give me a perception roll for you guys at the top of the escalator. I don't know why I keep calling Gato Bodak today. I'm like, I don't know why I keep doing it. I'm sorry.
23. It's
Wow.
23. 15. 23 is Pixie.
Yeah, that's great. But even the 15 is good enough to see. It's an old subway station, just as the upper platform, covered in dust and dirt, and just you can tell it hasn't been used in forever, other than the train going by for utility travel and transport and such. But you do see 2 dead bodies down there. You can see them over there in kind of the top right center. It looks like one might be some type of guard, judging by the armor and the weapon next to him. The other one looks like it might just be some type of metro worker, probably the driver. But you see those 2 bodies there. You see an old hologram ad there still running on loop from probably 20 years ago, talking about a local strip club that is no longer around anymore. But that's what you see down there. Other than that, you're not seeing any other people or things. You're not hearing anything. And even Pixie with that great roll, you're seeing all of that, but you're also noticing over here on the train, right about here, this train car door is completely broken open, looks all dented and broken open, and there's a bunch of medical supplies kind of pulled out. You can see boxes, just all kinds of medical supplies and boxes pulled out of that cart all out front right here. But that's what you two see, looking over the edge.
Where are Tiny and Biggs in all of this, actually?
They're behind you. They're behind you.
Okay.
So I think
Just so you know, you guys can treat them similar to like an exec's minions or a Rocker Boy fan. Not that they're going to do anything outside of their comfort zone, but they're here to help because they're going to get free medical for their team or whatever, like you guys said.
Sure.
But I'm not going to have them kind of run the show or make any big decisions for you. They're behind you. If you need them to do anything, by all means, you can say, hey, Tiny, hey, Biggs, do this, do that, whatever. So just keep that in mind.
You guys can have them move one of the corpses out to be harvested later to the
Well,
car.
I asked Tiny, do you recognize the gang colors? Because you mentioned that he was wearing some booster gang's colors, and I just asked, do you guys recognize this guy's colors? And I'm running his pockets, too, looking for weapons, money, anything.
ID.
Yeah, Tiny looks over and he's just like, I don't know. I never really run into these guys, these colors, but I don't know. It doesn't look that heavily armed. And then Biggs like leans over and he's like, no, them's the piranhas. I can tell look at this tattoo. He's got that piranha shit. And then Tiny kind of like leans. Oh yeah, it's probably the piranhas. They're like a party gang or some shit. I don't know. We don't fuck with them really.
Okay.
While Scoop is kind of still perusing around the top level, and he notices those footprints that are heading down and sees that Pixie and Gato are heading over there. Just from where he kind of is close to Dust, he'll just call out to Gato, hey Gator Tots, there appears to be some people down there. Can you see anything from where you are? What's the situation?
I give you a thumbs up. Already
Love
hit. Already hit them, Uncle Scoop.
Oh shit. So what is it? Gator Tots and Uncle Scoop?
The wacky sitcom.
Yeah. Anybody from chat that's not familiar with Session 0, since Scoop has a history with Gato's mentor, and he's much older. He knew Gato back in the day when Scoop was working at a Night City when Gato was just a little tyke. So he has a little nickname for him, and obviously Gato has a nickname for him. So that was the little reveal on that. I'm happy to hear those. That was awesome. But yeah, you check that out. You make your comment. You can see the things down there. And I do want to pull from chat like we tend to do. I love when chat contributes fun ideas and things. And Wirt says he finds a poor quality pistol and a flashbang grenade on that body at the top there. So we'll say, Dust, you found that. You found a poor quality pistol and a flashbang grenade on that body at the top.
Useful.
Thanks,
Cool.
Wirt.
I'm over the comms, the radio comms. I'm just going to tell them that I've found the network and I'm going to access and try and see if I can get access to cameras and surveillance.
Nice, would be a great help.
Yeah, what's Dust? What are you doing? Or sorry, Pixie Dust. I got to remember that we got two different Dusts. Pixie Dust and Dust.
That's right.
Sorry, Pixie.
I was like, okay, the other Dust. I'm headed down that escalator.
Okay, cool.
If I can, I'll use a double move so I can
Hey,
get
you can
a
use-
little further behind the bridge.
You can use your double move anyways because it's an escalator. I'll allow the escalator to kind of push you along during your movement. So just use your regular movement from the bottom of the escalator. So whatever your regular movement would be. Okay, cool. Now it's Dust Monday. Your turn.
Stupid question. Is your grid set up as one square is 2 meters, or is one square 1 meter?
One square is 2 meters. You can also go over to that ruler symbol on the left key and put it to no snapping, and then you can just click and drag anywhere on the map and see what the distance is. But if you can see the squares, yeah, each square is 2 meters. And it's not exact. This is approximate.
Sure, I don't see the ruler symbol. Oh, there it is. Okay, and what no snapping?
Yeah, put it on no snap, and then you can just drag it anywhere and kind of get an idea. Yeah. Oh, look, everyone's doing it now. I want to do it too.
You give us a function. We're gonna play with it.
Like, ooh, new toys. I'm pointing. I'm pointing at things.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess if we're double moving down the escalator, I will do the same. So
Don't cross the beams.
or there, and then I think I would make it to there. Actually, I don't know how to physically move my guy, but
You should be able to just.
sorry, I'm coming from Foundry VTT. It's a lot different.
Yeah, no problem.
That's probably that's about where I
There
would
you go.
land if we're counting the escalator to move us quicker.
No, and you can do the same as Pixie if you want. You can just rock
Let's see where
your
Pixie went.
run
on the map.
distance. She's right here.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. So you could go a little bit further if you wanted, since you have the boost
okay.
of the escalator.
I don't think it would be much further. I think it would be like there at
Okay.
most. So.
That's fine.
I'm very casual.
I just
I
wanted
am-
to. There's no rules for escalators, but it would make sense. Everybody
Oh.
should be able to get a little further with it. Considering,
Actually,
you know.
sorry, I wouldn't go that way. I would be moving, if I had that much movement, I would be moving straight to these other bodies.
Okay.
And first confirming that they're dead, and B, searching them for
Yeah,
usable
give me-
cyberware and equipment.
Give me your paramedic roll.
Certainly. If I can scroll this.
Then I'll let you do your cyber tech roll too. You can give me both of those. We'll check the that they're dead, and then what they have on them and such.
Sure. Paramedic, and this is with the +2
Nice.
to 21.
Yeah, they're
Cybertech.
they're dead.
They're very dead.
Very dead. And it seems about the same time as that body up on the platform. They couldn't be dead any
Sure.
more than a couple hours.
I critically failed my Cyberpunk
Yeah.
tech roll, so I rolled a 10.
You're not getting a big read on them, other than the obvious cyber leg and hidden holster that the security guy has, because it's actually popped open, and you see a very heavy pistol on the ground next to him. But that's all you see.
I'm about to get all this
Scoop.
life-saving equipment out of here.
What's Scoop
And
doing?
sorry, can you just remind me how far we can move in a turn?
You move the number of squares as your move stat, but the fact there's
Yeah,
an escalator
that's right.
there, you can start it at the bottom of the escalator. I'll allow it. It's fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think just cautiously, if Scoop feels satisfied that there's no more story that's going to be told at the top floor, and kind of once the others start moving down and there's a mention of more bodies, but no immediate danger, gun out, he will cautiously head onto the escalator, one hand on the rail and the other hand on the gun, just kind of scanning about, not frantically like a mouse or a scared ferret, just more so just eyes wider, really expecting at any moment shit to go down, and he'll eventually find himself at the bottom of the escalator, allowing himself to glance over at the two dead bodies to his right. And just asks, sorry, what did you say those two were they gangs, or were they a security guard and people that worked here?
The two bodies down there, one looks like some type of security, and the other one looks like a possible driver. Looks like they were pulled out of the train, judging by the blood streaks.
Right, okay. And he'll just kind of turn to Dust and say, they got any ID, anything on them that lets us know anything about them? Or just the dregs, really?
That is not part of the search I've done so far. I'm getting to that. I let you know. I'm working on the deal.
I'm getting there.
I have a hierarchy of needs. I start with, are they alive? Secondly, can their parts save somebody else's life? And thirdly, who were they? Because that's the least important thing to me.
You guys should see if Biggs or Teeny can get the corpses out, so you can use those for later.
Yeah, you think so? We should load up their arms now? Okay. That's a great idea.
Yeah, Biggs, Tiny, just kind of look over to you, Pixie and Dust, and are like, you want us to grab these bodies and load up the bodies in our car?
Yeah.
Pull out these bodies right now and put them in the car?
Yeah.
All right.
This is a score right here, man. Worth its weight in gold.
All right, fuck it. Yeah, Biggs, let's do it. Let's grab them. Any shit you harvest, though, we're going to get half of this?
Sure.
When you need a hand. There's a hand up there. Do you need a hand?
I like that.
I put him in a lost and found bin.
Yeah, he just laughs, and they start dragging the body out. So they're working on the bodies while you all are doing your thing. Bodak, back over to you.
Yeah, so Bodak's going to move over here into the corner because he doesn't need to be stood out there in the open. I'll actually move my token now.
Were you able to move it?
Now, what do I do to move it now?
Put on the little arrow symbol on the key over there to the left.
Oh, yeah, it's because I've still got the tape measure on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just nestled up against the door, and then I'm going to jack into the network.
All right, cool. Yeah, you do that. You're facing a password 6 at the top level here.
Okay. So jacked in, activate back door, and then try the password.
Nice.
So it's got a +2 on there as well. I think it is because for back door.
Oh yeah, you got past the 6 immediately.
Yeah.
Standing there at the top of this system.
Brilliant, and that's my 3 net actions.
And just for the new team members, anybody new in chat too, why don't you describe what Bodak looks like when he's in the system? What's his avatar?
Yeah, so when Bodak is in the system, he basically looks like a bugbear. So he's about 8 foot tall, very kind of broad-shouldered, totally covered in hair, with a kind of bestial kind of face and 2 horns, and then he has a flaming sword in his hand. So the actual face on the bugbear looks just like the tattoo that was on his back earlier when he was walking around in the RV.
Nice.
Because
Awesome.
Bodak does actually mean bugbear in Celtic. It's the old Gaelic.
Nice, perfect. Yeah, back over to you, Pixie Dust.
I think it's,
Um,
I think it's over.
have we heard anything more?
No. No. And you're down there
okay,
now. You can
there-
see, and I'll also say, now that you're down there, you see the bodies over there. You see Dust and Scoops over there messing with it. You also see the open container over here on the train with just a shitload of medical supplies poured out of it. Boxes.
that's
and
right.
things. The other thing too that you notice, and I'll say, Dust and Scoops notice it, right away when you're over there by the bodies. I regret not mentioning it last round because you're both over there, but this is a good opportunity because Pixie's down there too, looking around now that she's gotten down there. But you notice over here in the tunnel in front of the train, it looks like some type of bomb went off. All the inside of the tunnel is like charred, and part of the wall is actually collapsed, like a solid metal support tunnel. A part of the tunnel actually is collapsed.
Oh shit!
Almost like
Okay.
a shell. So it doesn't look like the train broke down or was derailed or anything natural. It definitely looks like somebody set off some type of bomb to stop this thing at one point.
The planned thing to stop the train in its tracks, which it succeeded.
But yeah, Pixie.
So I'm moving over, and I've been told there's at least 2 people down here. So I'm moving over, and I'm peering into this cart that's been opened to see if there's anyone inside.
Yeah, give me a perception.
I'd like to do so. I'd like to also do it stealthily.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me stealth and
so-
perception. But also, where are your combat points put currently? I forgot to go over that.
Mine are currently in perception.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember where it was.
They're in threat detection
Okay.
is what it's technically called.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, you're being stealthy, very, very tactful, especially over all the medical supplies poured out in boxes. You're tactfully not stepping on anything that'll make a noise. You're getting over to the open cart. And great perception roll. Yeah, you see everything poured out of that cart, and it just looks like somebody broke open the door and, literally just started pulling things out. It looks like, all the boxes, all the supplies are pulled out of the cart, just tumbled out in front of it. Some of them have broken open. You see like some syringes, some empty saline bags, some filled ones. There's even like a stack of like clean bed sheets and rubber ones, some gloves. So some of the boxes have broken open, but bunch of supplies. You don't hear anything, and you don't see any people in there or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Dust Monday. Back to you.
Well, I guess I'll finish my search of these bodies. I will be looking over them for ID, weapons, and money. And then at
Thank
some
you.
point, I swear I will turn my attention to the actual train. But what would that be? Is that conceal reveal object, or is that perception to search a body like that?
Yeah, I'll let you. You can decide which one, whichever you're more proficient in.
It's
To
the
be honest,
same.
these guys aren't really hiding anything.
Yeah.
Just kind of working.
I rolled a
Ooh.
28.
Nice.
Good job.
Yeah, you find about 20.
I can tell you what they ate for lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Reach in, grab it out.
Or reach up and grab it out. Whoa, wait. How are you getting to the lunch? All right. Come on. Grow up. All right. No, you find basically 20 eddies on the driver-looking guy. You find about 5 eddies on a cred stick on the security-looking guy. He has a very heavy pistol laying next to him. You can see some type of knife or something in like a holster on his other side. You do see employee badges on both of them that just say Metro
Those I take.
Transport. But it's not typical Metro. It says Metro Transport. So they're obviously part of this old Metro system that transports utilities
Gotcha.
and things for paid customers. But yeah, absolutely employees. You find the badges.
I take their money, their badges, and the weapons I toss into the tracks.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. Who's up next? Scoop.
Sorry, what did you do with the badges?
I pocketed those.
Okay, cool.
You
cool,
want
cool.
'em?
Awesome.
Where do we?
Absolutely. IDs.
Where do we keep our monies? Where's that on here?
I think you could just write them in the
Nope, I
bottom.
found it.
Yeah.
Nope, there's a
I
section
think
right on the
it's under
front.
character.
Oh, okay.
It's right on the front page, character.
Yeah.
Nice. $150 in my pocket. Oh, loaded.
So for Mr. Scoop, where is how can I access this train through any of the front carriage that I have here? I don't know how to ping. But can I just enter the train through the uppermost carriage here?
Yeah.
I could word that better, but basically,
I know what you
Scoop
mean.
gently is going to enter the train.
Yeah.
So Scoop, Mr. Scoop, Uncle Scoop, as it were, is going to kind of just pat Dust on the shoulder just to kind of let him know that that's where he's heading, and gun drawn, he's gonna enter into the front end of the carriage, because presumably that's where the action is, against his better judgment.
Yeah, when you enter the front of the train there, it's lots of blood splatter and spray, even a little bit of brain matter and skull. Looks like whatever the guard and driver that got dragged out with the blood streaks, whatever went down in there, it seems.
Lovely.
But you do see the beyond the sort of driving front cart, an entrance going back to the next cart and further on. And you can see through the little window that goes cart to cart, basically in that first one, stacked with boxes along either side. Similar to that other cart, just not all pulled out. They're all stacked along the sides in that next one.
Right. I don't know how much my movement's going to allow me to do, but basically, if that is the case, he's going to make his way as far into the train as he can to at least start looking at what happened here and what they have to work with in terms of the haul that they'll be potentially taking with them. Hopefully, with no conflict.
You can walk at least into the next cart, through the front and all the carnage that happened there, and get into the next cart. And like I said, it's just stacks of supplies. It seems like this first one, is just like the other cart, a mix of all kinds of hospital supplies. Along one side, it seems like it has all kinds of medical packs and pre-made cases and things. On the other side, it has more syringes and cleaning supplies and things like that. But again, a mix of medical supplies in all kinds of boxes and crates.
Awesome. He spends his attention focusing on that and not on the blood and viscera and brain matter that is all around him.
Sure. Bodak.
So it's been a while since I played the network. I'm trying to remember what my things are. So Pathfinder. Try and figure out what this network is.
Sure. Yeah. Give me your interface. Was it a 10? Okay.
Yep.
Hold on a second. Let me get the animated map going. I think I got it frozen for a second by accident. Restart that. With that, you're basically seeing this system goes 3 levels down. You're at the top. There's a next level that you're seeing. There's some type of file on there with an ID 6. On the 3rd level, the bottom level, you're seeing there's a Hellhound. There's some type of control node 8 and another file ID 6. With that 10, you're able to see all the way to the bottom and see all that shit in there.
Okay. So second action, I'll go down to the file and try to ID the file.
Yeah. Nice. You're looking at an employee log and a train schedule, but the dates are from 2020, 2021, things this is very old scheduling. Yeah. That's all.
And then activate Speedy Gonzalez, and that's my 3rd action.
Okay. Cool. Get over to Gato.
Yeah. I'll basically just follow Pixie Dust to get into the train.
Okay. Yeah, you can move down there. You wouldn't be able to go that far. You'd probably be maybe about there, about halfway, because free ride on the escalator.
I didn't get to do my turn last turn.
Oh, you didn't.
So I'll be able to.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then you absolutely can go there. Yeah, you can make your way all the way there, and then what do you want to do? Sorry, let me put you back. Yep, you got
and
it.
actually just enter with pixie dust, trying to find out if someone is there, and if not, starting to put together the stuff we have to take out.
Yeah,
Better you than me.
Yeah, you're not seeing anybody in the cart. Pixie's chilling in there, kind of looking things over. And just like I explained to her, you just see a bunch of boxes and crates in this cart that's been ripped open, just kind of pulled all out and poured all over the ground.
And you said that they heard someone earlier, didn't they? Like there's someone fucking here. We just haven't seen them yet.
At one point, Gato heard somebody say, "Oh shit, they're here." Something like that. But did Gato tell everyone that he heard that? I can't remember at the top if he told everyone. Okay, good.
Oh, you did?
He told us all.
Cool. All right. Well, this will be fun.
Kind of wish I was down there with you all. Not.
Yeah, Pixie.
Well, we'll find out soon. Are the doors on the cart that I'm in on either side opened or closed?
Yeah, they're closed on the side ones inside of the cart leading to the other carts. They're closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably no one's been in here.
Okay.
I look to Gato and I say, "You hear anything else?"
Not up until now. But they do know we are here.
Yeah, no more noises. You're not hearing anything, Gato.
I start sweeping the perimeter. Looking for whoever's here.
Okay.
Yeah,
because
they could be hiding.
Okay.
So I start moving over this way.
Okay. Yeah, you start making your way to the back from the cart. What's your movement? I can't remember.
I've got a movement of 8.
All right, cool. Yeah, you come out of the cart and you're able to kind of start at least making your way towards the back, so you can start, going around, and start, trying to work the perimeter. Dust.
Yeah, I'm down by these bodies right next to the engine of this train. You said that the tunnel was collapsed. Is the engine crushed, or does it look more or less intact?
The engine looks intact. The front of the train is kind of dented in. But it looks like, maybe they were possibly stopping the train in time, or, it's not like it fell on it. They just kind of rammed into it.
Right.
And, do we have radios or something? I mean, I don't think he's that far away that I couldn't just yell up to him, honestly. But can we communicate freely, like, between
I
players?
assume our agents would be linked up to each other, surely.
So I'm going to... Hey, Bodak, am I mistaken? Did I see you take a copy of that schematic that we got from Nightingale before?
Yeah, let me ping it across to you.
Oh, no, I'm useless at that, but where does this tunnel backwards go? Is there a spur tunnel? Is there a disused train depot? Is there any place we could hide a train? Because even with our 2 gang friends here, the amount that we're going to be able to haul out of here is... Oh, God, it's just a crime against humanity, man, to not have all of this 100% available to the Ripper Docs of Night City, to the clinics. I mean, we've got to liberate this shit. So where can we drive this train? And who can drive a train?
Yeah, and Bodak...
I want a choo-choo!
You can... Bodak...
Get into the engine room and figure out how the train drives first.
Yeah,
if it's something that I can access, then
I'm walking into the train as he says that, and I will roll land vehicle tech to see if I can start the engine.
Yeah, you can roll that. And in the meantime, Bodak, with him calling out to you about that info, you can look at the blueprints of the old metro that Nightingale gave you. And you can see that there are
because I do want to look at it, but that's going to be a meat action, and I want to get in. I'm already in the net, so I want to get to this camera first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then hold it then. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
No
I
problem.
have spent 3 points of luck for this roll.
Okay. Go for it.
16, 17, 18, 19 to attempt to figure out how to start the train.
Yeah, you figure it out. It's not that difficult. It even says on. And it's there's lots of switches and things going on, but with that roll, you're at least able to figure out how to turn it on and like go forward or backwards. You at least have that. You figured that out.
Do I figure it out and like immediately push the on button so that the engine just like is this?
Oh, did we lose somebody?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
yep.
They said,
yeah,
"Fuck
is
it."
that your way of saying Greg exploded in the front?
Greg says,
Push the
"Fuck this
button,
game."
it explodes.
Greg just drove off with a train.
Yeah.
We're done. See ya.
I beat Cyberpunk, guys. I won. That's what he says. I got a train and I won. Bye.
That's how you win the game.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how you win Cyberpunk.
He wants to keep
Hey,
all the plastic
he's
stuff.
back. He doesn't hate us. He's back.
No, it's the Discord says that I was inactive. It's annoying.
That's
Sorry
weird.
about
You just thought you grabbed the train and ran.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, sorry. No, what I want to know is, in the process of, am I turning the train on now, or am I looking at this assessing like
I
I
mean,
could start
you're-
and drive this
You're,
train?
you figured out that you can turn it on, basically, and at least make it
Okay.
go forward and backwards for whatever that's worth. You figured that out.
Yeah, man. Bodak, I can drive this train, sort of.
Because I've got the cameras.
Do we hear
the
that?
lines.
Yeah, everybody hears that. And Scoop, it's your turn.
That does not
I
fill me
say-
with confidence.
If you want, I could probably drive it better, since you seem to not be filled with confidence.
No, I don't have any confidence about it, but it works, man. I can turn this sucker on. And then this button goes
Also-
backwards. So,
I'll start making my way over.
neat.
Does anyone see Big Zertini yet?
Yeah, we'll say they just walked back in. They dragged that top body out and put it in the car, and they come in. And Tiny just kind of like calls down to you, Dust, and just says, "You want me to grab those too?" He's pointing at the security and driver.
Yeah, we're gonna take them in the train.
We're taking the train now.
Maybe.
Scoop needs to be clear here. Are we? Scoop needs to be clear. Are we taking the supplies and taking them out of the train, or are we taking the supplies that are out of the train and put them in the train? We go with the train, or are we leaving the train here?
Let's divide them up, just in case.
Yeah.
So what? Some people on the train, some people off the train. We need a plan here.
Yeah, we
Let's
need that.
take the bodies
He's like-
in the car.
He's asking this while he has a handful of like syringes and stuff in hand. He's trying to figure out whether he's meant to be loading more on the train or taking them off, and he's
Yeah.
stuck.
It takes them out. It take as many off as we can put on the vans, and the rest we'll take with the train.
Gotcha. And he'll slightly trepidatiously he'll start the process of finding sorting at least like a mix of what is there. You said there was a few syringes on one side and there's like kind of an assortment, so he'll loosely try and grab a bit of everything and load that out, and that's what he'll spend his term doing, just like figuring out what's there and starting to take some of that off the train.
Yeah, to make sure you get at least a little bit of everything or whatever.
Exactly right, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you start trying to get at least good variety pack off of this train. You start getting it off. Bodak.
Activate armor, then drop down to the Hellhound.
Okay. Yeah, give me your interface. You got to do a speed check.
Yeah. So this is going to be +2 because of Speedy Gonzalez.
Nice.
So 15.
Yeah, you're good. The Hellhound did not get the jump on you, but it is chanting your name over and over as it stares you down.
This is where we need Carver.
That's spooky.
And then, yeah, I'm going to try and whack it with my flaming sword.
Yeah, go for it.
because I dislike hellhounds a lot.
Yep, that's a hit.
Oh, I'll take that. That was a plain green.
What's the damage?
Yeah, it was 11. Sorry, just because it was in green, I was like, is that a crit? But then it can't be a crit because it's only an 11.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
Because he got one
whatever.
sick.
Yeah, this
Yeah, there's 1/6 in there.
this hellhound's hanging on by a few pixels here.
I'll follow up with a zap. I really need to get a second sword.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm just trying to find it on my character sheet on second sight.
I just like that as a sentence. I need a second sword.
No, you're not able to get it with that zap. Yeah, so you take that zap, and the hellhound just kind of dodges it as it just kind of whizzes past. Gato, what do you got?
No, what?
I start. Are those boxes that are still intact? Is there something written on them, like what's in there or not?
Hey, Elbow, thanks for the follow. Yeah, basically all the boxes that are in here are labeled, but they all have like inventory numbers on there. Shit that just doesn't make sense to you. Obviously, whoever's doing inventory or tracking this stuff.
Then I'll just take out boxes that are still intact and pile them outside the train so that we can take them to the vans. So we've got enough boxes to fill the vans.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you start pulling them out, and yeah, you start stacking them up and getting it ready. Stuff that you might take into the van. Pixie. Oh, I thought Pixie was driving. Oh wait, no, sorry.
I said I would try.
That's right. Sorry, yeah.
I head back and I start picking up boxes to take out to the vans.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you go over, grab some more boxes. And yeah, what is Tiny and Biggs doing? Since you said you wanted to pull the bodies onto the train, they're just kind of looking to help.
They can take the boxes I take out of the train and carry them up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they come down. Yeah, they come down and they start to grab some of the boxes and start trying to like take them out to the car. Sorry about that. Yeah, Dust.
All right. I guess my move here would be to. I haven't even looked at the. I'm going to walk through the train as a medtech and make a kind of shopping list of the most pressing and vital stuff rather than just kind of grabbing things at random. I'm looking for emergency, life-saving, the things I need or would want most importantly for my job. I can make up some pseudoscience-y stuff to explain what that might be, but I don't really know what I'm looking for. Looking for foam suture and the hypo spray. Oh yeah, we gotta get some good hypo spray up in here. That's for sure. Yeah, that's
auto sutures.
Yeah. All that good stuff. That's what we're looking for.
All the good stuff. Skipping over like baby wipes and band-aids, right? Just looking for like the.
Yeah, exactly. Right. We're looking for the heavy stuff that's hard to get. Of
course.
Cryo pumps, which I don't even know how to operate, but all that kind of stuff. And I guess that's a. Well, what is that? Is that a paramedic role?
No, not at all. Easily you can look at this stuff and kind of what is more useful for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that won't be that hard. So you start grabbing the more important of supplies.
Yep, that's fine. But I'm also waiting to hear back from. I'm very keen on the idea of just taking everything. So I'm waiting to hear back from Bodak's research into the train lines. So yeah, I'll definitely pull some vital stuff and maybe kind of stack it up for our two heavies to haul back to the van.
Yeah, what's Scoop doing?
Yeah, Scoop's still going through that process. He's basically like, it's less. He's just trying to follow through the motions. He's less looking at specifically what it is. If the idea that they're going with is that we're taking this train, he's at least doing a bit of everything is going to go out of the train. Out of the train as well, so that if we are splitting the team, then we've got at least something to go with. And he's also making a note of with his micro video to be able to get a clean shot of everything that is in the train, as well as the gore and the viscera that has gone on. So just like getting the full picture.
In the event that we can't boost the whole train, it just makes sense to make sure that we get something out of this, right?
Exactly. So if the train thing does fail, then the heavies can start. So he's just that first in the conga line, so to speak, just dumping it straight onto the platform, mind the gap, and on that, just doing that back and forwards, to and fro.
Okay, cool. Yeah, getting that unloaded, like Dust said, making sure that regardless of train or other, you at least have some supplies. So you're kind of splitting it up there. That's fine. Give me a perception roll, though.
Absolutely. Scoop Gently loves to perceive things. Scoop Gently's mouse is not working. Give him a moment.
Kitty! I also wanted to mention Kitty. I'm a little bit late on that for Bodak, but November Alpha and Val, everybody in chat was yelling Kitty when the appearance happened. I'm a little late.
We are still going by the rule. I'm guessing that as we look out the train window, we see a cat just skulk by.
Yeah.
They're not extinct. Whoa.
Subway Kitty.
Subway Kitty. Scoop Gently gets a 17.
She's the mastermind.
Yeah, you're not seeing or hearing anything with that during your turn. But Bodak,
this just makes him more scared.
Yeah, it's still silent, other than your own team talking and stuff. But Bodak.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to not get hit by this hellhound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me your interface defense. Just got to get 4. Yeah, you dodge it. It doesn't get
Excellent.
the jump on you. Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. And then, try and whack it again with the black sword. Black eye, should I say?
Nice.
Mm.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a hit. Give me the damage.
5 points.
Nice. Yeah, you can describe how you finish this hellhound.
Because Bodak spins the flaming sword around in his hand a couple of times, totally showing off as you do. Slams it into the hellhound's head, and the hellhound kind of just scatters into pixels that drift away into the net. And then I'm going to attempt to work out what this control node is.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. It's a control node 8. Reminding you, do you have a +2 from chat?
Nice. That would make that a 14.
Didn't even need it. Yeah, you get into this control node, and you're seeing that you have control over the hologram ad that's there, the dancing girl, the escalators, both up and down, an intercom system, cameras, locks to the front, and the back gate. It says the lights and fire suppression system.
Okay. So I'm going to activate the cameras and start looking at the live feed, but I also want to do an ID on that file, which I'm hoping will be the security camera dump.
Yeah, you can give me that while I do it. It's just an ID 6. You get into it, and you're seeing the cam feed there, but it just has a red flashing error, and you can see that this is just way beyond capacity. The cameras have been feeding to this file for 20 years or whatever it's been. No one's emptied these files. It's just been on auto. But you do get the cameras on, and let me see if I can get. When the cameras come on, you can kind of see these people kind of hunched behind. Let me just get these out. There we go. You basically see behind these pillars. I don't know if you can see where they are. Yeah, because it's hard for me to control them because of the 3D map, the way the pillars are directed. If you can imagine these behind that pillar, this behind that pillar, And then somebody over here crouched behind, like kind of underneath the up escalator. But there's cameras both coming to and from both sides of those turnstiles down the center, and going across from the top platform and from the back gate. So you can see on both sides of the pillars. And with those cameras on that side, you basically see a girl back there, a guy on that middle pillar, and another guy over underneath the escalators. And you can see them kind of like looking at each other and like making gestures and like hand signals and stuff, and like looking, and they just look really sketched out and nervous.
As soon as I see that, I'm going to over the radio comm. 3 hostiles, two behind the furthest pillars, 1 behind the furthest escalator.
Can you stream that on my agent?
Yeah, if I can, I'll ping it to the agents.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I've got an internal agent, so I'll be able to see that, and I'll give Pixie the exact location of the people.
Yeah, you get that. You get the message sent, and yeah, you send that info, and basically got to. You can see the same thing that Bodak sees. You see these people, a guy, a girl, another guy under the escalator, and they're kind of behind there, looking at each other, giving each other gestures, and it almost looks like they're kind of like hyping each other up and like looking at each other and everything, and then they jump out from behind the pillars, and you hear the guy just kind of like yell out, this guy right here. And he just basically yells at the other two, and he just says, "Let's just fuck him up, fuck it, let's do it, fuck it, let's go!" Like hyping himself up. He's the only one that jumps out at that moment. But that's what happens, and we're going to end the session right there. Because
son of a...
we do. If we engage in this and we get into it, I know it's going to be at least like a good 20-minute thing. You know how it is when you roll dice, when guns and blades and things start to happen. So I'm going to leave it at least at the first guy jumping out and yelling, "Fuck it, fuck him, let's get him," that sort of thing, jumping out to attack, as Bodak realizes
Talk him out of it.
2 others hiding, but he did at least get that information to the others as that was happening, sending it through to the agent. But
I think we can talk him out of this. I think we can talk him out of this.
Yeah, and thanks for the follow. I just saw the other follow notification pop up. But yeah, like I said, we have another stream coming up here in just a moment. GM Capricious Nature is doing his session 1 of the Cyberpunk Uncensored Goes Nomad. So I do want to end this session so they can get into that session as well. As well as I was waiting to kind of get to this cliffhanger. I know there was some role play. There were some things with getting the supplies out that dragged it on a little bit longer past the 2-hour mark that I wanted. But I did talk with the other stream about just postponing a bit so we could make sure we could get to a decent cliffhanger and at least get to the beginning of this combat to end. So thanks to Capricious Nature and his team being very patient, allowing us to have some fun here and at least get to that little cliffhanger. We will continue this on next month. We do this once a month. We might slide in a couple extras when we can, depending on everyone's schedule. So anybody watching, make sure you check out the Cyberpunk Uncensored calendar on our Discord. I also post it to the groups. And as soon as we lock in a date in the gameplay, I'm sure all of us will be tweeting it. We'll put out a flyer. Everybody make sure you follow and subscribe so you can keep up to date with all the good streams. Other than that, let's just go around the table real quick and do a little outro. I do want to do that for session 1. Future sessions, I'm going to just kind of wrap them up at the end fairly quick. But this being the first one, I would like to go around the table and just remind everyone where they can find you. Sean, you want to start it off?
Absolutely. So again, I'm Sean. You can find me personally at Sean Means John on Twitter, otherwise at Babybeard Media. We are the group that run a role-playing TTRPG podcast. That's the same thing twice. And so you can find us Roll to Cast, ROLE, where we play a different game every season. Love to see you on there. And you can also see some of us playing with Rob weekly. So that's me. That's Sean. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Terabella?
I'm Terabella Pondsmith. You can find me usually on Facebook, and I'm less exciting. That's it. I don't have a whole big spiel.
Well,
I just talk too much.
Well, you're an awesome person, and you're part of our community, and we love you. So we appreciate you being here and playing with us. And also, heads up, Shinobi gave a +2 to the team at the end of the session. He says that's a +2 for the road. So when we start the next session, just remember there's a +2 on the table as you enter the combat.
I noted it down.
Oh yeah, thanks to Shinobi. Yeah, Bodak.
Hi, I'm
Steve.
I'm Steve.
Get you out of
Yeah, I'm
character.
Steve. Steve at Sirenscape. So we're the app that make all the cool sounds that you can hear in the background, and we do lots of different things there. So you can find me anything to do with Sirenscape, and on Twitter, I think I'm possibly just at Cowdeth. I can't remember because I very rarely use it, but when I do appear on Twitter, I am just at Cowdeth.
I was gonna say I didn't even know you had. I always tag and ping you guys through the Sirenscape one. I didn't even know you had one. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
That's so mysterious. You don't even know where to find it.
The Netrunner.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Netrunner doesn't even know where his own Twitter is. It's like it's somewhere out there.
Deep riddle. It's one of the deep riddles.
I'm so used to being Steve at Sirenscape, I've kind of forgotten to have my own personal identity on these things.
Yeah, it's funny. It's so true though. We push these brands and you just become the brand. Yeah, Roten.
Yeah, I'm Rotin, Renegade 420. That's how you find me on Twitter, on Facebook, and so on. And part of Cyberpunk Uncensored for a while now.
Hell yeah. Greg.
My name's Greg. You can find me on YouTube at How to Drink. You can find me on Twitch at Greg from HTD, and on the Instagram and the Twitter at How to Drink, and all those places as well. I guess my first session with Rob doing Cyberpunk Uncensored. I'm having a blast. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And looking forward to more.
Hell yeah, me
Stay
too.
tuned.
Yeah, I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the founder of Cyberpunk Uncensored. You can check out cyberpunkuncensored.com, also on Twitch, on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, check out all the free assets. We run a lot of gameplay. Like I said, we're doing this gameplay. Capricious Nature is doing gameplay right after we end this stream, so everyone stick around for that. We also have GM Reservoir Panda twice a week. I've got like 2 different monthlies. I got the weekly Cyberpunk RED Sirenscape I run every Friday on the Mad Queen YouTube channel. Running the Fallout 2D20 tabletop, and then I'm playing in Brandon's Fallout on the Cyberpunk Uncensored channel every Tuesday, and I'm getting ready to start up a bi-monthly Dune 2D20 gameplay with Phil from Roll to Cast will be joining me for that, Sean, so that'll be a lot of fun. I'm officially
how are you doing all this?
Officially sponsored by Modifius and being fueled by them and all my friends in chat and fans, and I'm just trying to put out as much as I can. So, I'll stream every day if I can.
The secret is synth coke.
Yeah.
I'm completely...
also, Rob, thanks so much for putting this on for us. It's been it's already fantastic. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much.
It's brilliant getting back to it again.
No, I really appreciate y'all playing with me. This is therapy to me, And I know that sometimes a session 1 can be a little bit slow getting into it, but it's purposely built like that. So we'll see how we advance as future sessions go. But I like to kind of feel out the role play and let the players get comfortable as we creep our way into the full swing of things. So I appreciate you giving props for all that. I can only say it's going to get better and better as we go. So just anticipate the fun to come. Everybody in chat, make sure you support everybody here in the stream. I'm going to put everybody's links in the description. So if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, follow through, give support. We'll see you here next time. Everyone stick around for Capricious Nature. Thanks so much.
Bye all.
See you guys.
Bye.
Cyberpunk Uncensored.